a notice for his voice.
No.
It's one of the most impressive things watching him do it live.
I think it's his hair.
No, he cut that all off. Did you see him?
But he's still cute, Robin. He's still cute. The only thing bad about him is that Superman tattoo. I've always kidded him about that. I think that's a real...
I pointed that out to you again yesterday.
Yeah, I always thought that was kind of lame. But okay, what do I know? He's still good looking, but he can sing a tune. Thank you. Scooby. I hate scat singing. To me, it's just lazy people who don't want to learn the words.
Oh.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll take a break, and then we'll be back right after these words. These words. Here's the words.
Back with the Howard Stern Show.
Okay. I got you. First of all, on the front page of the newspaper today, finally, everyone is seeing what a jackass Spike Lee is. Finally, after all the years that I've been screaming about this nudnik staying at these basketball games and running around, he finally cost the Knicks their championship. Now, listen to this. I've been saying for years that all this guy does is make bad movies and go to basketball games. And he thinks that he is a basketball player. Because he is the black filmmaker, I guess all the team puts up with him. He's some sort of symbol to the players. And for some reason, they put up with him sitting right in the front row at the Knicks games and him screaming wildly and running around with towels and taunting the opposite team, except this time it backfired. I know Patrick Ewing looks awfully annoyed every time you see Spike Lee running around. I don't think he digs it, even though he is a black filmmaker.
I don't think
Patrick cares.
He's going to be in the movie.
Right. I don't think Patrick's taking a good hard look in the mirror. He knows he's not going to be cast in any movie. Unless he plays like the Black Frankenstein. So... basketball good. So, so there's Spike Lee last night at the Knicks game. And let's face it, the New Yorkers would like to see their home team win. Be exciting. Pat Riley's the coach. He's brought a certain amount of glamour, and you got a couple of good players there. Be nice. It's exciting. It brings celebrities.
Last night. This was the night before.
Well, this is last night.
No.
Wasn't it last night?
No, it was 2 nights ago.
Wait a second. This was last night.
No, it wasn't.
This is 2 nights ago?
Uh-huh.
2 nights ago the Knicks lost the series?
No. They
last
lost
night.
Game 5.
No.
They haven't lost the series.
They haven't?
No.
Oh. I don't know anything about basketball. Forgive me.
It sort of didn't even register with me. You were saying they lost the series. No, it was Game 5.
Oh, Game 5. I figured he flew to Indiana. When is the last game?
They can lose it tonight.
They can lose it tonight. I'm going to watch that game. I want to see... First
you want to see them lose?
Yeah. So, the Knicks won the first 2 games of the series. And they've been choking ever since. And the Knicks were up by 12 points. And this Spike Lee starts to taunt one of the Indiana Pacers. I don't know one from the other, but one of the good guys. One of the guys who really knows what he's doing. What's his name?
Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller. And this Spike Lee, he's as bad a fan as he is a filmmaker. He starts taunting this guy so much, Robin, that...
he started to play better, apparently.
He said, okay, pal, watch this. And he was jamming and throwing that ball through that stupid hoop.
Apparently, he started really thinking 3-pointers.
Yeah. And, of course, the Knicks lost. He inspired the other guy.
Yeah.
He was kind of in a lull, and the game would have gone on, the Knicks would have won, and that would have been it. So Spike Lee, again, ruining things. Even Marv Albert himself. First of all, he couldn't believe it. He's watching the game, Marv Albert. He's calling the game. And Spike Lee is screaming on the side. He's screaming. And finally, the screaming gets so bad that one of the other players on Indiana screams back at Spike Lee. Spike Lee goes up to the referee, demands a technical foul.
He's lost it. He's completely lost it.
Jumping up and down in his courtside seat, waving a giant towel, and bellowing insults at Miller, Lee made a spectacle of himself trying to distract the Pacers superstar. When Miller finally was taking all these shots and grabbed his genitals to show, hey, like, you know, F you, Spike, Spike Lee said, I feel this was in bad taste. My wife was sitting with me. She was highly offended.
He's sick. Maybe this is supposed to be comic relief.
I don't know. He is a nut.
Oh, Pat Riley doesn't speak about Spike?
No. But they do say that Lee began shouting at the court, mostly at referee Dan Crawford, asking that a taunting foul be assessed to Miller.
And what were they going to do to him?
Marv Albert said, the announcer took note Wednesday night and said during the broadcast, I don't think Spike Lee realizes that he's not in the game. You can't get a taunting foul. You're not in the game. You can't draw fouls against the fans. This guy's insane. Hey, and you know what? When you see his films, you see it's the work of a kook. It's no real movie. It's a home movie. That's all it is. It's a little bit better than a home movie. A little bit better.
No, I don't think so. This last one was about a home movie.
Oh, was it? I didn't see the last one. He's awful. I mean, this guy can't even make a movie, for goodness sake. I don't even know how he bamboozled. I think it was Paramount.
That one college film was good.
I don't know, but how he bamboozled this Paramount Pictures to make the story of Malcolm X.
I don't know whether it was Paramount.
Was it? I thought it was Paramount.
I don't think so.
It was one of them. One of the big studios. Wasn't it Paramount? Warner,
yeah.
Well, one of them. He bamboozled like $27 million to make that junk. The guy, you know what it was? He didn't even want to make the movie, Spike Lee. The first guy who wanted to make it up was Norman Jewison. He wanted to do the story of Malcolm X, but Spike, of course, said a black man has to do it. Well, they fixed him good as Malcolm X. He's still laying in the grave waiting for someone to notice him. He had a crummy movie made about him. The guy beat all odds, became this great leader, and now that idiot Spike Lee had to go make a movie about him. Poor Malcolm X. Laying there in the grave.
Still a victim, still a martyr.
Still a victim. Now a victim of the black man.
Well, he was a victim of the black man before.
You're not kidding. Black shot him, and Spike Lee made that dumb movie about him that no one could sit through.
Black Devils.
The Black Devils. You know, more people have read his tombstone than saw his movie. That's the saddest part. So Spike Lee, once again. Let me take a phone call here, Robin. I'm excited because we have our new Orlando phone line in.
All right, let's speak to Orlando.
It's been a big month for us. First, I announced my movie deal, which everyone is very excited about. The fact that Private Parts, my book, is being made into a feature film.
Also, you need to play us the thing about your studio.
Yes, I want you to hear that, Robin.
So we know who you're working with.
Yes. I'll be meeting later today with my studio.
Is that right?
Yes, we're having a creative meeting.
The whole studio?
Well, no, just David Kirkpatrick.
Is he based in New York?
No, L.A. He's coming in. I got to meet with him, my main man, my producer.
Mm-hmm.
Producer and star meeting.
What are you two going to discuss?
Oh, who the hell knows? Now, we've been speaking with several writers who want to do the film,
And what about directors? I thought you wanted a director in place first.
Yeah, well, I actually made a call to a very famous director and asked him to get involved.
Did you talk directly to him?
Yes.
Oh, who was it?
Well, he's, as most people who are dealing with me want anonymity.
In fact, he's going to walk around on the set in a hood.
Yeah, well,
so no one will know who he is.
He expressed a lot of interest. If I told you his name, you'd be very, very impressed.
Has he made a big blockbuster recently?
Yeah. Oh, yes. One of your favorite films.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Last Action Hero?
No. Whoever directed that will not be working with me. But no, I mean, you know, I've actually spoken with a lot of directors. I spoke to one director who's only made one movie, and I thought it was a real good movie, and I wanted to talk to him. So, you know, I've been talking to a lot of people.
How will you make the decision as to who to go with?
Well, it's not only up to me. I mean, the producer, David's made a lot of films, a lot of really good films, and he will know who's a good director, and he'll help me, decide.
Are you in you're still in the first stages? You're compiling the list as opposed to narrowing it down?
No, the list has been compiled.
Oh, so are you going over the list today?
Well, you've squeezed a little information out of me, Robin, that I didn't want to give you, but yes, that is correct. List is being narrowed as we speak.
Ooh.
A lot of Hollywood excited about my film. A lot of people in Hollywood also think, Howard Stern, what will his movie do? Was this going to be a goof, a joke, or this or that or the other thing? But they forget the tremendous box office draw we have just going into the theater without even making the film. And also, I'm
sure they're wondering if you're going to be an outsider and bring in you're not going to work with established people.
I am considered a renegade, Robin, but if you mean going outside no, we'll be working with people inside the business. I mean, people are expecting me to make some kind of guerrilla movie.
Right, with all, people you just take off the streets of New York.
No. I'm not going to be hiring like Jackie or someone like that. Some guy off the street.
Well, Jackie can't write your script. You haven't talked to him as a writer?
No, I'm not talking to him.
Because, he's
too difficult to work with. He's too difficult to work with.
Very difficult to
work
with.
He is.
And
He's very
expensive.
Yeah. Oh, please. Hold you up for months.
He wants $15 million to write a script.
As a matter of fact, I was thinking of actually bringing Jackie in at some point during the film, during the writing process.
Is he a collaborator?
I might talk to him about that.
I'm working with Spike Lee.
Oh. Well, he's not available then. Fred, I know, is available, so I'll be talking with him.
You will talk to Fred.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'd like to talk to the guys. Of course, they don't have any... give me your resume, guys. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You, me. Because to think of it, I know your whole resume. Well, it's too bad.
Fred has worked for you.
Yeah. As far as I know, before he worked for me, Jackie was in a strip club. Okay.
Carolina.
Well, I have that ability to find young talent. Right. Or old talent that just hadn't been discovered.
Yeah, old talent that's
Jackie's
laying
case.
around.
It's not like you've been around the world there, Quiver.
Oh, yes, I have.
I'll rain on every parade, Jackie.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so...
I could write scripts.
Anyway, so I'm working, I'm working quickly to...
Yes.
Yeah, he can write scripts, but meanwhile he's out on a piece of wood floating around somewhere.
I could lay on the beach and write a script.
Lay on the beach. See, all the script writers lay on the beach and write scripts. I know so many guys who say they can write scripts but have never written one.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting to see one.
Well, he's too busy, see.
Oh,
he
I
needs
see.
to clear out some of
Oh, he's so busy. He's busy laying on a piece of wood.
Fixing the wood.
Fixing the wood. How's the wood going? The wood you lay on every day on that stupid beach of yours.
I've been too busy to be out there.
Oh, okay. You're writing a script. All right. All right, very good. This is a videotape I made of Jackie on any given day after the show.
Working.
There he is with a bunch of buddies. There's Burr.
Sanding that wood.
Here comes Larry Schwartz. He's telling people what to do.
Don't forget Buzz Moore.
There's Buzz. There's Jackie's mother in the lawn chair while supervising.
Jackie might come on TV. I don't want to miss it.
Good. All right. Thank you, Fred. Thank you for rolling that film. So, yeah, I'm really into the film thing, and I'm really happy about our TV project because it doesn't take away from, our free time. And a lot of people really excited about the TV show. They like the idea. They like the idea that they can, see what went on this morning on TV that night. They like it.
I was thinking about what the impact would be of the TV show on people who can't hear the radio show.
Well, that's kind of interesting. I always thought that's interesting, too, because when I used to be on E! just doing my interview show, I used to get a lot of mail from, Minnesota, and I actually did as well in markets that didn't get our radio show than as with the, markets that got the radio show.
I'm sure the show stood on its own because it was a good show.
Yeah, now, I don't know how people are going to react to seeing our radio show just for a half hour a night, but I think it's going to do very well because... I toyed around with this and shot some experimental stuff and cut up a pilot, and it looked really good and it was really funny. And I think people will respond real well to it. So we'll
It'll
see.
be interesting to see. An interesting experiment.
Yeah, and I'll keep messing around with it. At first, we're just going to throw it on and see how it goes, and then I'll start to fine-tune it a little bit, add some elements in and that kind of stuff.
Yes, because you're such a, what?
Creative genius.
Okay.
Thank you.
I didn't know what category you were speaking of yourself in at that point.
Before I die, they will recognize me as the Orson Welles of the 90s. I'm going to be a big fat guy who just sits around and talks about my accomplishments.
And makes voiceovers for commercials?
Yeah.
Hold the song.
Oh.
He will sell no line before he's talking.
Even if I suck, at least I've been making the world more interesting. You know what I mean? Always providing programming to the people. That's the way I look at myself. Orlando, you're on the air.
Hey, yeah, can we talk to Howard?
Hey, by the way, we still haven't found the real pig to take to her prom. And I think we're running out of time because prom season is almost over.
Yeah, we're into June already.
But if there's any girl sitting by their radio or a real ugly kid get a date, I'd take you to your prom. What the hell?
Hey, Howard.
Well, I'm not wearing a tux.
You're not?
No. Yeah, dude, lower your radio and let's talk.
Sorry, dude. What's up, Howard?
No, don't ask me what's...
I want to congratulate you on everything that's going on, Governor Stern.
Thank you.
And if I was from up there, I'd definitely vote for you.
All right, thanks for the call.
Got to get people that I know up there to get out and vote for you.
All right, thank you.
I just want to move to New York just so I can vote for you, man.
Okay, man, thanks.
Thanks, man.
All right, man.
I got a lot of questions. He brings up an interesting point. A lot of questions. People are always asking me if I think you can win.
Win what?
The governor's race.
Oh, who cares about that?
Oh, see, I thought you were losing.
I got movies. No, I am not losing interest. I am very much into it.
That's why I don't know how to answer people. I don't even know if you're running.
Let me tell you. No, I am running for governor. Stan Dworkin is my lieutenant governor. Let me tell you why I'm going to win the race. While the Democrats and Republicans are busy going back and forth and they're having their little meetings and they're going out and campaigning and all that, I do nothing. I'm not even talking about the campaign. What's going to happen 2 or 3 days before Election Day? I am going to make an emotional pitch to my listeners to get out and vote for me that's going to make them wild. And they are all, it's just like Christy Todd Whitman. If you remember, Robin, we endorsed Christy Todd Whitman early on. And I never worried about it, never sweated out. I said, the day before election is when I will campaign for Christy Todd Whitman because most people are sheep. They're imbeciles. What they need...
And they don't know what to do until they go into the voting booth anyway.
Right. For me to sit here on the air and talk to you endlessly about the death penalty and me running for governor is worthless. It all comes down to the final 4 hours before the election. And the 4 hours are 6 to 10 in the morning. You and I will get on the air and talk about, hey, come on, let's just a goof. Vote for Howard. Come on, what the hell? You know Cuomo's going to win anyway. You know, come on. We'll make a statement. It'll be goofy to see me get 24% of the vote. Boom. Howard Stern wins. You're going to see it happen. You're going to see it happen.
All right. Because all I have to do is walk down the street and all of a sudden I'm holding a press conference about your election.
I'm going to be the governor, the next governor of New York.
Do you think he can win? Is he really serious? Is he really going to do what he says?
Yeah. Tell everyone to shut up. Just shut up. Stop yapping so much and let me handle everything. I got everything. I'm juggling everything. I can juggle all of this. And I got the wife and kids. And I juggle them as well. I've been juggling it all. I juggle it all. You don't even know what I juggle. On top of everything else with the movie, the TV.
What else you got?
I got something big coming up.
What? Bigger than a movie?
Yes.
What could be bigger than that?
Wait till you see this.
What could be bigger
I'm making my moves. I'm making my moves behind the scenes, Robin.
What, are you going to open a studio?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to tell you what's going to be next. But you might want to send me your resume. Actually, I'll be solving the Lindbergh baby case.
Is that right?
Yeah, finally. Actually, Robin, I'll be piloting the space shuttle. The next space shuttle, NASA has contacted me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be at one of those launches.
Yeah, I'm going up into space. It'll be the first disc jockey in space. What is it, Phony?
I was letting you know that our guest who's due 6:45 is here.
Oh, good. Bill Kinnison, the great Bill Kinnison, has written a book.
I look forward to speaking to him today.
And he's written a great book. I love this book, Brother Sam, and I'll be talking with him in just a couple of minutes. We'll be reminiscing about Sam Kinison. The great Sam Kinison. That was a comedian. And I'll tell you why that was a comedian. That guy was always funny. Even when he was loaded,
Out of his mind.
Out of his mind. He was a great comedian. He was one of the best. Unlike Eddie Murphy, who's, I've done stand-up, now I made a hit movie, I'm done. This guy always could do stand-up. He could be funny. And Eddie Murphy, you see him, as great a stand-up as he is, when he's interviewed, he can't say two funny words and can't put them together. Sam Kinison could be funny under any circumstance. The guy could be vomiting, passed out, he was funny.
And he was real. He didn't need a prepared script. You didn't have to give him setups for him to be funny.
They don't make him like that anymore, Robin. Son of a bitch is gone.
Oh, geez.
The bastard puked funny.
I love this book. I read this book in 2 days.
Yes, excellent book. Excellent book. He did a good job. And I will be speaking with Bill Kinison in just a couple of minutes.
Did you see the Entertainment Tonight piece on Bill?
Yes.
Bill sitting at a piano?
Yeah, I don't know.
What
Bill,
the hell was that?
I think Bill thinks he's an entertainer now. I don't know what the hell happened to Bill.
They called.
Bill's wigging out.
They called here yesterday. They were looking for Malika.
Oh, were they?
Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah,
Yes,
well.
and they said Malika's going to respond to the book tonight on
Oh, is that
Entertainment
right?
Tonight. Yeah.
Well, everyone responds. Meanwhile, he sat down and wrote a book. I talked to Malika about the book. She said it's Bill's side of the story. It's his opinion on what went on, and he's entitled to it. That was her
Well,
opinion.
the one thing they said in the closing moments of Entertainment Tonight was that Malika said that Bill wasn't there for the best story.
Oh, please. Bill was there every step of the... Bill grew up with him. Where was Malika during that? He wasn't there for the best stories.
Maybe she means Sam's sex life. I don't know.
Yeah, for the threesomes. And how much can you read about that?
Wow.
No, I could read about that. That's the one thing I hated Sam for.
Sex.
All that sex he had. Bastard.
They showed one picture of Sam last night where he looked like you. He had
What?
short hair and a mustache.
That was me. It made an accident.
The wedding photo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all great comics looked like me at one time. It's a phase you go through. The Howard Stern
That
phase.
Howard face.
Yeah. Even I don't look like that anymore. The great Sam Kinison. I have a great piece of film of Sam. We were in here one time, and there was a guy making a document. Sam had this wild idea that he'd make a documentary about himself. So he wanted to shoot some film in here. And I have the film.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's very funny because you watch Sam just cracking up and almost puking because he's laughing so hard. It's just a real nice candid moment.
I'll tell you one thing. You know, with this new...
Because I know Sam didn't know the camera was on him because he was drunk.
You know, with this new E-show that you have coming on?
Yeah.
I wish that we had it with the day that he brought in Luna, the Nigerian girl who was going to strip. Remember, he found this...
Well, you know what's going to happen as a result of doing the E-show? You know, we're going to have tons and tons of tape of this show, and there are going to be moments that won't even make it onto E that we're going to eventually want to put. We're going to probably do like every month we can almost do a clip reel, just little 10-second bits of like things that didn't make it in. Mm-hmm. It'll be wonderful. It's going to be a really great show on E. I'm very excited about it because that's one of my ideas to just like, you know how you see some like best of clips and those shows are always the best.
Yeah.
Like just little 10 seconds of, hey, this didn't make it in. And it'll be really cool, you know. You'll just take all those little moments and...
Sort of snippets.
Yeah. I call it Radio Soup. It's a new show I'm working on. Spin-off.
Radio Soup.
Radio Soup. Hey, why don't you just bring... let me take a break, and then we'll bring Bill in.
All right.
So we can talk
we're
about...
reminiscing about Sam anyway.
Yeah. But it's a real good book. I'll tell you some of the things in the book, things you didn't know about Sam Kinison. And we'll be back right after.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
All right. Let me bring in the great Bill Kinison, who really did it. He nailed it. He wrote a good book about his brother. Real good book. And, you know, Bill wrote the book. He sent it to me to read, and I actually on the back wrote the, what do you call it?
Liner notes?
Is that what it's called, liner notes?
No, that's an album.
I wrote the back of the book. Did I ever read to you what I wrote? Did you ever hear what I wrote on the back?
I think I read it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yes.
Yeah, it was good, right? All right. There he is. Hey, Bill.
Hey, it's a real privilege.
A real privilege.
Sit down. How you doing? The great Bill Kinison, of course.
Yes.
No need to shake Fred's hand, Bill, because no one
else
does. No one else does either. It's okay.
I just want to walk in here one time and have Robin go, you know, he really looks good. I'd like to date him. Just one time, I'd like to hear
It never happens, does
Just
it?
one. No, never happens.
Never happens whenever
Never
you come in here. How come? Well, are you not attracted to Bill?
Yeah, what is the deal?
Yeah, why,
Out of respect for Sam.
Let me show you something out of respect for Sam.
Hey, who was bigger, actually, you or Sam in the penis department?
I don't know. We never did measure them up.
Oh, come on. You've seen...
brothers don't do that. Now, I can tell you about Carl and I, but...
No, but let me tell you something. In fact, Sam was infamous. In fact, Robin will remember this. One of the great stories was that Sam, at one point, was so loaded in here that he just, he got what did he get excited about? He was really excited about something.
What are you talking about? Which time?
I'm talking about the time Sam just unzipped his fly.
I don't know why he did it, because you know what? There was no reason.
Yeah, he just got up and started doing it.
I remember...
Out of context.
I remember his exact words.
Right.
He pulled down a zipper.
Right.
And showed Robin his genitals, and he said, "I need some immediate gratification."
I don't remember this.
I do.
Remember seeing
I kind of feel like that when I see Robin myself.
Yeah, well, it was really funny.
I remember because it was right here.
Yeah, it was right next to Jackie. What was weird about
So, Jackie, which one was hung best, you or Sam?
Oh, Sam much better than Jackie because I've seen Jackie naked.
There was nothing happening for Sam. That day. He was pretty loaded.
It was nothing happening, but Sam was pretty big. I thought. I mean, I think everyone's big.
See, I didn't
Yeah,
look,
so do I.
so I don't know.
Oh, okay. So
I
you're
really didn't.
I thought he had, not.
I think I would have been more impressive because I'm like 100 pounds smaller.
Yeah, right.
So you
It
put
might have
any
looked-
size on me, and it's like, hey, here comes Trigger.
But Jessica Hahn, best lover ever, and that because he was the only one that could fill her that way. That's what she told me. She said that he was.
But I always think back and I say, well, that was Jim Baker.
Right.
And that Fletcher guy.
Yeah.
These are the people Sam's being compared with.
Hey, whatever. So what? I mean, it's still a compliment. No girl ever said to me the way you do. I've never heard those words. I mean, I have to say the fact that she even felt it was... because, listen, because I know with my case, girls say they don't feel anything. So I always considered that Jessica would say that. Quite a compliment. And...
well, I'm sure it's a compliment if anyone would say.
She said that Sam had a lot of girls. That was it.
Man, I don't know.
You wrote the book.
Yeah, well, yeah.
See,
Here, let's put in a shot of this.
The best story.
Actually, Sam just got married, his first wife.
Right.
And we're all like staying because he's getting ready to go to Tampa to have like a honeymoon/revival. And so we all after the wedding. We all decided to go to Sam's suite and just hang out. Well, he comes to the door. We knock on the door. He comes to the door, and he has... I mean, they must have hit the bed as soon as they got in this room.
Right, and of course, he's not famous yet at this point at all.
No, he's still in the ministry.
Right.
So he comes to the door as a preacher. He's got on his tux shirt, tie, coat, no pants, and man, it's just just like bam.
Right, everything is just hanging out.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's like not only hanging up, he's rather
he's excited.
And he invites us in like nothing's going on, sits down, talks to us, man. He's like, oh man, hey, put that thing away or something.
He answered the door excited because he was about to make love.
He was right in the middle, I guess.
And he invited you in, and yet he...
And it isn't just like me, it's my brother-in-law. It's like 3 or 4 of us guys. It's
That's
like
wild.
Not phasing Sam at all. It's like, hey, what's going on?
But doesn't that strike you as wild?
Oh, that is more than wild. No one does that.
No, I sure don't. So certainly you must have had a chance to size him up, so you don't know who was bigger?
Come on.
You're
I don't know, man. It's like I told my
Howard.
What?
I think it's pretty obvious. Because if he was bigger, he'd obviously be saying.
Right.
Well, yeah, well,
all of a sudden he doesn't
matter
know.
of fact, I was,
there you go.
I did kind of dwarf the big guy there.
All right, so there you go.
Boy, Jackie, put me right on the line like that. Jesus.
Well, my right.
Embarrassing the guy.
You know, you talk about Jessica. Funny thing is about after the last time I was here, I get back home and there's a message on my machine and
was
it's some guy.
Was it 3 hours long?
Well, no, it's real short. And some guy goes, "Hey, I'm calling for Jessica Hahn, and she's not interested in your book, son. And she's not interested in your book, and frankly, she's not interested in you. Thank you, Mr. Kennison." I'm like, what the hell?
What is
Who
that?
even called this gal?
Yeah.
I have no idea. It was bizarre. So I guess like Jessica wanted me to go off on her where she could get some more publicity or something. I don't know what the hell was going on. It's like, wow.
That's weird. Well, you know, a lot of weird things go on with the book. You know, Bill wrote the book.
Yeah.
And when he first wrote the book, I said to him, "You got to get out there and really publicize this thing because he's written a really good book. It's fantastic." And now I see that everyone's coming around. I saw you on Entertainment Tonight. I see, you know, there's a marketing strategy going on. Yeah. People are starting to get the word about the book, which is Brother Sam, The Short, Spectacular Life of Sam Kinison. And, you know, the best thing about it is you start to read about those early years of Sam Kinison's. And the thing that shocked me the most, and I never knew this, was that, now, how old was Sam when he got hit by the car?
3.
3 years old.
Mm-hmm. See, I didn't know it was that young.
He got hit by a car, and Bill swears in the book that from that day forward...
Wait a minute, Bill. What kind of personality change could you notice at 3?
Oh, man, the guy was he's just a passive little kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Just a good little kid. I mean, totally opposite of what you expect Sam to be.
How much older are you than Sam?
5 years.
Okay.
Actually, I was much younger, though. I still got a lot of living to do before I catch up with Sam here.
Right. Yeah, that's true, because genetically Sam altered his age by living...
Sam really didn't die young.
No,
he was
didn't.
about 105.
I know if I lived to 115, I won't have as many experiences as him.
You won't do as much living.
No, so it's a genetic alteration. So Bill at this point is actually younger.
Okay.
That's right.
So anyway, going back to this, so... Okay, the kid's 3 years old, passive kind of kid, not real aggressive. You know, you can tell a kid's personality at 3. You know, you can tell if a kid's very forward.
Personality is not fully formed at 3. Let me say that.
Oh, believe me, it is.
You can tell if somebody's going to be wild or
right.
something.
But go ahead. Of course you can. I can tell my daughter at 1 what kind of personality she has.
Sure, Howard. Let me. What kind of adult are they going to be?
My kids are going to be very well adjusted. All 3 of them.
What kind of adult are they going to be?
Well, ask me a question in terms of what you want to know.
You said you could tell me something.
They're
well adjusted.
They're very even.
Broad field.
They're very even. They don't make wild statements and yell a lot. And
about like Sam was before he got hit.
Right. But anyway, go ahead. So at 3 years old, he was like this passive little kid. He gets hit by a car, and then almost immediately, he becomes what?
He's aggressive. He's ornery.
Right.
He starts wetting the bed again, which he didn't do. He starts drooling.
Right.
Now, you got to remember, this is 3 years old. This is like a kid that, is growing up.
Right.
And becomes very unpredictable.
Yeah.
I mean, just do anything to get attention and things.
That's right.
So from then on, man, it was like we had a whole new kid here.
And there is a syndrome they've now identified that goes along with head injuries.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Where they have a complete personality change.
That this head injury seems to have sort of made him the wild man that he became.
The very instinctual and impulsive man.
That's true.
I definitely think if it hadn't been for the accident, Sam probably never would have ended up being in comedy.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of the conclusion you get. And I mean, you just go through the book and there's like a whole bunch of interesting facts about, like I told you this, I thought it was kind of cool when you wrote about the part with Dice and Sam. Even, Sam hated Dice, but they used to be really good friends when all those comedians before they got famous would hang out. And in fact, Dice was the one who came up to Sam and said, "Hey, man, why are you wearing like a suit and a tie? And like, you're a wild man. Why don't you wear something wild?"
Well, actually, back then, Dice got him wearing a leather coat and come out with a cigarette and sunglasses.
Yeah, right. So
and Sam used to come out with this stick, which, after he made it, he kind of changed that. But, I mean, it actually kind of molded what Sam ended up being. But he used to come out with this stick going, you've seen a lot of comedians, because they always held him off to last. And he go, you've seen a lot of comedians here tonight, and some of them you're going to like, some of them you didn't like.
That's right.
Some of them you want to come out. But you wish to God you never seen me. And so that whole thing was Dice working with him.
Yeah, so it was like they kind of had like a kind of a neat relationship.
Yeah.
Well, they were all struggling back then.
Right.
They're living at Crestview, which is a little mansion that Mitzi had, and you had like 15 comics up there that couldn't afford to eat.
You know what it's almost like? It's almost like early Saturday Night Live, that although this wasn't done on television, these guys all hung around together, all gave each other rights, helped each other, because you know what? Everyone was sort of in the same rotten lot.
Right. And they got to watch each other's stuff and tell them what was working and what wasn't.
Yeah, so it was sort of like this little collaboration. Yeah, I don't know. Although, who knows what could have happened out of that? Dice could have ended up getting real fat and wearing a beret, and who knows? Sam
I hear you.
Yeah, and Sam could have been doing I Hear You and wearing a leather jacket. You don't know. You don't know what came out of that wild soup of all those guys mixing together.
Oh, man.
Hey, what were you doing on Entertainment Tonight playing that piano?
Don't ask me, man. They said, go do something. And so I'm like, oh, yeah, I know one gospel song here.
Because you were sitting there playing gospel.
Yeah, that's all I know.
What is Bill doing?
I don't know, because I spoke to Bill last night. I said, hey, you're going to be on Entertainment Tonight in a few minutes and doing a story about the book. He goes, oh, yeah, okay, is that on? Because he's been doing a pretty wild publicity tour. You don't know when anything's on. And all of a sudden I see Liberace Kinnison sitting at a piano.
Right, he goes, he throws the tails back behind the bench, sits down.
Yeah, right, yeah. And he's playing some song. I go, what is this? What is he, performing now?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
That was their idea.
I think, that's what Entertainment Tonight likes to do, like to show, like him, just sitting around.
Settings.
Oh, yeah.
Different setting.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me at the old piano singing gospel songs.
You sitting around. And then there's, like, cool stuff in the book about the love life. Like, I did, when Sam used to say he dated Penny Marshall, I never knew if he was telling the truth or not.
Oh, no, he did.
The Beverly D'Angelo story surprised me. I didn't know that.
Well, first, let me tell you this. When Sam was in here, he used to say, yeah, I dated Penny Marshall. And then, like, one time he was in here, and I finally nailed him down on it. And I said, what do you mean you dated Penny Marshall? He goes, and he got embarrassed about it, because now he was a ladies' man, and after all, he had Malika, Sabrina, and various strippers around him.
Penny Marshall's having chest pain.
Yeah, right. And Penny Marshall's looking a little ragged.
Oh, man, I saw on Jay Leno. I was like, oh, where's Shirley at here?
Oh, yeah.
Sam picked the wrong one.
So I said So I said to Sam one time, I said, Penny Marshall. He goes, hey, look, man.
Jumpin' Jack Flash was coming out.
Yeah, he says, look, I was a struggling comic. I really thought she could do something for me. He was like a gigolo. And, Sam wasn't that good-looking a guy. That
sleeping his way up the ladder.
But to Penny Marshall, I guess Sam was like a gigolo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just really weird.
I would have paid money just to watch the two of them.
Oh, man. So it really was true, and he was embarrassed. He was actually embarrassed by it, and he was using her. And the whole thing backfired in Sam's face, because what happened was Penny was making a big movie. She was making her move as a director.
Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Right, and she was going to have Whoopi Goldberg in it. And Penny had agreed to have Sam in it, which was great for Sam. It was going to be a really good supporting role. It would have been Sam's first big film.
And what happened?
Well, I've heard varying stories. What happened? You said in the book.
From what everybody told us, Whoopi Goldberg, and that's what Penny told Sam.
Right.
Is that Whoopi said, no way.
Yeah,
she would not do the movie with Sam Kinison.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so Bob Goldthwait.
No, I don't think
Goldthwait Bob was in it. What happened was, according to Bill's book, which, you see, this is why I like Bill's book, the thing was that this was Whoopi's first starring role on her own. It was after Color Purple. It was going to be her film. And she felt very threatened by Kinison, because
Sam would have been too funny and upstaged her?
Yeah, like it wouldn't have been like her movie.
Well, remember, Sam had less than 3 minutes on Back to School.
Right.
And yet everybody remembered him in that movie.
Yes.
And, and I really think the same thing happened on The Three Amigos. I mean, Sam had a substantial part in that. And
that's unbelievable.
Every bit of it out.
Yeah.
It happens a lot more than you know.
It happens more than you know, yeah.
Jackie Mason had 20 minutes in The Jerk, and it was mostly cut out.
Oh, really?
Because it was too funny.
Not because it was too funny. Can it really be?
I'm saying that's his version as well.
See, I don't believe that. To me, I can't believe that they would cut out something funny, because Three Amigos didn't have,
anything funny.
I mean, if Kinison was nailed, it was like weird.
Yeah, you're dealing with egos there, man. You're dealing with Steve Martin and Martin Short from Understand were very nice guys. It was Chevy Chase was like being the dick,
and Sam hated Chevy.
Oh yeah. From then on, well, the guy is a dick. Let's face it.
Yeah, he is a dick. I think
that's
everyone knows
what I was going to say. I said, you got to remember Chevy Chase was in Three Amigos.
Yeah. So what you're saying, Bill, is that Chevy Chase put up a stink.
Yeah.
And Sam got aced out of Three Amigos?
But you wonder what producers are thinking about.
I don't know.
Are they thinking of selling tickets?
No, I think what they think is, hey, I don't want to piss off Chevy Chase, because at that point, Chevy's the big star, and Sam's just some guy.
And they can't tell this is not funny?
I don't know. I think they just basically cave into the star.
Well, yeah, because you're dealing, you got a big promotional campaign going to be coming, so you don't want.
You don't want them not going.
Is a guy going, hey.
Yeah, Chevy goes, hey.
And Sam had a great part, because he plays this maniac that they can't kill.
Right.
They shoot him, and he doesn't die. They drown him. He comes back up out of the crypt.
Have you ever seen that footage?
I saw some of it. I'd love to have the footage.
Yeah,
I don't know how we'd ever get, but man, it would have been like 15, 20 minutes on film time.
Really?
That's a big part, yeah.
Yeah. Boy, it's wild stuff. It's just this book truly is wild. It's a lot of fun. I got to take a break. Bill Kinnison's with us.
So that's why Sam always had it in for Whoopi.
Whoopi.
Yeah.
He had it in for Chevy. He had it in for all of them. In fact, I was kind of surprised that, like, even Robin Williams ended up at the service and doing such a big thing, because Sam had it in for Robin Williams. Because they kept him out of comic relief. Remember that?
Robin Williams wouldn't have been there if Sam was alive.
No. That's true. Imagine if Sam got up out of the grave.
What are you doing here?
Yeah. It was really weird, didn't you think? Kind of like...
Well, Robin and Sam had, like, patched up whatever differences in the last few months.
Oh, they had?
They had run into each other. They were talking good about each other in interviews and that kind of stuff.
And they had originally been friends before their feud. Right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, you never knew where you stood with Sam.
You always had to have a feud with Sam.
Yeah,
well, you know, the funny thing about a feud with Sam is that you could have this feud, but if you spent like 5 minutes alone with him, he'd always go, "Oh, come on, man, let's just forget it." Yeah,
right. Yeah, it was no big deal. It was like...
Only way I could keep feuds going was keep people away from me.
That's right. Otherwise, if he saw him, they'd become friends again.
That's right.
And to me, what's really fun about the book, I mean, on a personal level, is to read Bill's point of view on what happened when me and Sam were feuding. And I didn't really know how much it hurt Sam when we were feuding, but it really hurt him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it really devastated him. And that's what's cool about reading the book, is you start to find out stuff that you just never knew.
Yeah, see, who knew what Sam was feeling?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone should go pick this book up in the bookstore. It's really good. It's called Brother Sam by Bill Kinnison with Steve Delson. And we'll be back. We'll talk with Bill some more. We'll go down memory lane.
It's always fun to remember.
We've never done this before.
No, we've only done this 100 times.
Even in memory, though, Sam is fun.
Yeah, then we got to talk about Sam dating Beverly D'Angelo. That's a piece of ass, Beverly D'Angelo.
How did he get her?
I don't know, but that was the only guy I know of that they broke up and he didn't go on a binge, man. He was just happy. And I remember that because it really shocked me. It was always an excuse, you know, man. She left me, you know. So I was like, oh, here goes a long 3 days.
Yeah, right.
And then after it was like, you know, Beverly and him broke up, it's like, oh, man, this is great. And I'm like, dude, you know, I feel you'd be all tore up. Says, no, man, I was just happy to go with her. I'm just happy I ever spent any time here.
He was just lucky to be in bed with her.
Yeah, that's the way he felt about it.
All right.
He felt honored.
Let's take a break. We'll tell you some more about this great book. Bill Kinnison, our guest, and we'll be back right after this.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Bill wants a hot dog.
Yeah.
We're here with the great Bill Kinnison, of course, who sat down, finally wrote the book about his brother, the definitive book, Brother Sam.
You know, I guess it's been 2 years now?
A little over 2 years, yeah.
Wow.
2 years.
Doesn't seem like he's been away that long.
I know it.
Bill Kinnison, of course, the author, pianist, and...
yeah, boy. One song's all he knows.
You know, they say when you're really close to someone, what you were to your brother, and then, like, he dies, what is the one memory that sticks out about your brother more than anything else? I mean, is there a definitive memory?
You know, you remember, for me, I remember things as kids. Right. It isn't even like we had a comedy career. I remember as kids.
The little stuff about being home,
you know,
and just brothers. Huh?
Yeah, you know, when the family was all together and stuff like that. And that's, you know, those are the memories. And it's funny because, you know, I lay down at night or something.
Yeah.
And that's when, you know, you stop and think, you know, and it's almost like you're back there reliving all that.
Yeah, because in the book, there's a lot of time spent on Sam's early life, and really sort of ties in with Bill and that whole preaching thing. The whole damn family was into preaching.
Yeah.
And, and what I learned was that Sam was almost like embarrassed by having to, like, live in a church at one point.
Oh, we all were.
Yeah, really, like, it's really, you know, because I know what that means. Like, when you're a kid, like, if you're doing anything different, you stick out and you feel like a real jerk.
Wait, did you guys go to regular school? Because it always seemed to me like you were traveling around everywhere.
No, they weren't to regular school.
Yeah, my dad had quit traveling by the time we were born.
I see.
And so we went to, like, the regular school, but we had to, like, we couldn't afford the quarter for lunches, so we wouldn't eat lunch, because in our school, you know, you had to raise your hand. They give you like a little coupon where you could go get a free lunch. So you had to do it in front of everybody. So it's like, no, we'll do without.
And everyone goofs on you because it's like, you know, you're like a welfare.
If your parents are preachers, forget about it.
Yeah, and what kind of preachers are they when they can't even afford food money? You know what I mean?
That's about right.
Yeah, not real good at it. But what happened was Bill Kinnison actually sort of became the superstar preacher of the family. And got real good at it, and Sam sucked at it, so Sam was always sort of like not the celebrity in the family, and Bill would take Sam with him to some of these preaching things, and Bill would be raking in the dough and like really preaching up, getting into a whole lather, and they would bring Sam out to preach, and he'd screw up, and everyone wouldn't donate money.
He stopped the flow of money.
I'd say that's a pretty good assessment of what went on.
Yeah,
he'd go for the laugh, right?
Well, yeah.
What he does, he'd get up and say, you know, he'd be preaching, something would be funny. you know, if the preaching is a little bit, oh man, I'm gonna alienate all the Christian community here.
Yeah, it's all right. I think you've done that already.
There's like You know, it's like if you're with a prostitute, right?
Right.
If she asks you at the right time, you give her everything you own.
Right.
If she waits too long, she's not getting a dime.
Right.
Well, it's the same way when you're up there preaching, man. You know, if you ask them at the right time, boom, you'd rake in the money.
Yeah, asking people for money is a weird thing, so you got to...
And that's all you're doing. You're waiting for the right time while you're up there?
You have to pay the bills. It's either save the souls or pay the rent.
I mean, you got to know how to give the message, and at the same point, make sure that they understand they're going to eternal damnation if they don't give some money over right now.
That's right.
That's right.
I remember giving my heart to God. I remember walking into that church, and I remember the preacher looking over the pulpit and his eyes searing into my soul, and he told me everything I was. He said, Billy, you're a liar, you're a thief, you're a deceiver, you're a murderer, you're an adulterer. And I remember I got up and gave my heart to God because I thought if I'm all that at 7 years old, I don't know what I'll be when I grow up.
That's it.
Oh, yes.
So the point is that Bill was really good at it. You know what I mean? Really, really good at it.
And he knew how to close the deal.
Yeah.
That was it.
He knew how to close the deal and when to do it. So Sam would get up there.
Ziegler of gospel.
And Sam was the embarrassment to the family because he would get up there and fail. And Sam felt like a real failure because he couldn't get money out of people. And Bill was getting killed. But meanwhile, when things sort of got wild with Sam's career and Bill had linked up with Sam, Bill used to go back every once in a while and preach, even though he was helping Sam out with his career.
That's true.
He would go back and preach. He'd go back and, go and do it.
Where Bill went off to.
Yeah, Bill would go. Lena, you needed to go find some kind of God at that point. No one loved ripping off his congregation more than Bill, okay? So Bill, he missed ripping off his congregation.
I don't guess they'll buy the devil did it to me story here.
So anyway, when Sam started to get real famous, that was it. They wouldn't even let Bill back to preach anymore. So that kind of killed off his occupation.
Yeah. Sam basically killed off the occupation completely.
I remember we were preaching in Chicago, and there's a big preachers' convention.
Yeah.
And I was the evening speaker, and Sam would play the piano and stuff, like especially come offering time.
Right.
So I've preached to these people, and we're rock and rolling. Now it comes time to get the money. Well, Sam slips up on the piano like he usually does.
Right.
But he starts playing the sting. And there's not a soul in there that knows what he's doing except he and I.
Right.
And I'm looking at him like, man, would you cut? I'm trying to raise some money here.
Yeah, he would lose. He would blow it. There's great stories like that in the book. But you know what? You know what even happens too in this book. You start to remember this side of Sam that wasn't so much fun because he was so drug addicted and so into alcohol that he would do crummy things to people, especially people who were close to him. I mean, Bill was really devoted to the guy. They were devoted to each other, and yet Sam thought nothing of setting you up when it came to the fact that they found some marijuana. Sam was carrying marijuana with him one time.
2 ounces.
2 ounces.
Like a bag, like a football.
And Bill had already said to Sam, when we travel, please don't carry drugs because one of us is going to get in trouble and you're going to ruin everything. You don't need this hassle.
Yeah.
So Sam agrees, right? As usual.
Sam always said yes.
Sure enough, I don't know how you guys got it. I don't remember the exact story, but you got into some dog sniffing situation.
Well, we're starting off on a tour. We got 17 people. I go out early to make sure we got the tickets. Everybody can just come in their limos and boom, we're out of there. Mm-hmm. Well, when we pull up, it's like there's nobody on the sidewalk except a couple sky caps.
Right.
And so I get out of this van, and so I'm going, can I get some help here with this luggage? So that one guy looks at me, he's like, no way, brother, no way. So he starts walking off. Now this other guy's up against the wall. So I said, you want to give me a hand? And he goes, you want some help? And I'm going, yeah. So he claps his hands. Man, out of nowhere, there's like 30 FBI, DEA, and LA County sheriffs are boom. So I'm thinking it's just a random search because they were busting down on drugs. So I'm going, I got no problem.
Right.
So they bring out these dogs, and these dogs are sniffing. They pull out 9 bags, and so now they want to go through all the bags.
Right.
So I take all the guys aside, Sam and everybody. I'm going, if there's anything in the suitcases, let me know now. We'll get an attorney down there and we'll do this. All right. No, everything's cool. Well,
even Sam says everything's cool.
Yeah,
everything's cool.
So they sign all these releases. Now it comes to the last 2 bags. One of them is my computer bag, and the other is Sam's black bag. All right, well, they get these last 2 bags. Before anybody can say anything, Sam goes, hey, Bill, they want to know if they can search your 2 bags. Well, one of them is Sam, so already I know I'm going like, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's in it? He said, just a little bit of pot. So now I'm gonna try to smooth it over. So I go to this sergeant, And I'm going
smooth it over.
Oh yeah, and I'm going. Okay. There's a little bit of pot in this last bag. And so he goes, well, is it just for you? And I said, yeah, I have trouble sleeping on a tour bus, and it's just a little bit to help me sleep and stuff. So it's $100 fine. Don't worry about it. Now they open up this bag, and out comes this football-size
bag of pot.
Of 2 ounces of pot. All of a sudden, I'm facing 3 felonies.
Right.
And and I'm looking at Sam.
So Bill takes the fall for Sam.
Really?
Yeah, he took the fall for him. He had to go to drug rehab. 5
months in rehab. The only white guy in rehab.
And Bill doesn't even do any drugs.
Haven't in 10 years at that point.
What did you do in the meetings?
I started doing drugs again.
You should have told him he had glaucoma and this was the cure. It was unbelievable. So he would go to the drug rehab thing, and they would sit down. They had these big meetings, right?
Yeah.
So Bill would go to the meeting. Everyone has to stand up and go, hi, my name is Bill Kinnison, and I'm a drug addict. So Bill stands up finally after all these, black brothers get up and start talking about their drug problem. Bill gets up and goes, I'm Bill Kinnison. Hello, and sits down. And they go, yeah. He goes, I'm not a drug addict.
I'm just Bill. And they're going, and?
I took the fall for my brother. And they think he's in denial.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, and I don't tell them at the first that I took the fall, because I'm listening to some of these stories, and they're bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these people got busted. It's like these are either the most ignorant people in the world.
Yeah.
Or, I can't believe. So they get to me, and I'm like, so I'm building up, and I'm going, well, it gets to the kick at the airport, and so I'm going, I don't even think, it wasn't even my stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody put it in there, so all these guys go, yeah, man, they be doing that stuff. So I got James Earl Jones as the head of the rehab, and he's looking at me going, bad start.
Yeah.
Bad start.
That is no way to get through this.
Yeah, eventually Bill had to play the game and say, okay, I'm a drug addict.
Right,
just to get the hell out of rehab.
That's right.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
An alcoholic and a drug addict.
It's unbelievable. One of the best things, too, is well, first of all, let me tell you something, that Bill Kinnison is going to be out signing books.
That's right.
My brother Sam will be signed today, right? You're doing that today?
That's right, 7 to 9.
7 to 9 o'clock, where?
I think Baba Louie is at the Tower Books on Lafayette, which I guess is downtown here.
Right.
Yes, it is.
So if you want to get an autographed copy
we got everybody. I think Jackie's going to come, and Baba Louie and all of them. So
Baba Louie is coming?
Baba Louie.
Oh, you really got Baba Louie, huh?
You really got the real Baba Louie.
I told him there'd be girls there.
Oh, okay. And, it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah.
It's going to be very exciting.
It'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. So go over, say hi, and of course, Bill will sign the book. One of the best things, too, someone came up to me, because one of the things in the book that I found to be the funniest, and I had never known this, that Bill used to, when Sam would get really messed up on drugs and they would go into town and doing a show and they needed to do a radio interview, Bill would do these radio interviews over the phone.
Yeah, we got the tape.
Yeah, Steve Lyons from Aerosmith.
Yeah, he would, right. He would do all of these interviews as Sam, because their voices are almost identical.
Yeah.
And Dia told me, the woman who runs the global satellite.
I love Dia.
A lot of times Sam would be passed out, and you had to do these satellite tours. What you do is you go into a room, and you can talk to different radio stations all over the country on satellite. Dia said Bill would sit there while Sam was passed out and do Sam's interviews for him on the satellite.
Hey, St. Louis! I love you.
Hey, St. Louis. Like, I would say, oh, how you doing, Sam?
Oh, doing great.
Yeah?
Doing great.
And you're coming to town, and you're going to be doing a show?
Oh, man, we're looking forward to playing the Fox again. They were good to us the last time. By the way, we've sold 130,000 of Leader of the Band.
Yeah. So, she confirmed it.
Oh, boy.
She says, oh, yeah. Bill used to sit there and do all the interviews. The show has to go on.
Yeah, well, the way I got busted, I didn't know until you played it the next day.
Yeah.
That's how I got busted. What happened is the promoter was named Mike Lyons.
Right.
And I just hung up with him, going over all this stuff. Now I'm on with Parento there in Boston.
Yeah, there's a radio
station. By the way, when I did his show, he admitted I did have him till I said Steve Lyons.
Right. Yeah. We should play that tape again. That's such a great tape.
That was very funny. That was the only mistake you made.
I know it, man, and I was thinking of and I'm not a rocker anyhow. I mean, I know Steven Tyler real well, but I'm not a rocker, so when I refer to Aerosmith, I'm talking about Steve Lyons, and I don't do it just once. It's like 2 or 3 times, and I never do pick it up.
Yeah, it was really funny. What happened was Bill is doing an interview for Sam, because Sam's passed out in a limo, and they're doing a big show in Boston. So Mark Parento has what he thinks is Sam Kinnison on the air with him. Hey, Gary, see if you can find the tape. It's fun to play.
Oh, I know.
While we got you here. So, Parento's on the air with what he thinks is Sam Kinnison, and it's Bill, and it's going real well. Suddenly, though, I don't know, something comes up about Aerosmith.
We're talking about Wild Thing.
Yeah. And Bill says, yeah, those guys are our good buddies.
Steve Lyons?
Steve Lyons. Everyone knows the guy in Aerosmith is not Steve Lyon.
Actually, Ferendo, the first time or two, he acts like he thinks the guy's name is Steve Lyon.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, wait a minute.
So the lead singer in Aerosmith is Steven Tyler. So, you know, and Sam would know that.
Oh, yeah, Sam never would have done that.
No. So Bill gets bagged.
Of course, Sam also wouldn't have thought to push his albums. And
yeah, right.
The way they were doing.
You were much better for Sam than anybody.
Actual promotion.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Bill would get on and had an agenda. He would promote albums, club
Sam
dates.
would talk about anything.
Yeah, Sam would just get off the air and go, and everyone would say, well, why didn't you promote the club date?
Oh, man.
oh, man, was I supposed to do that? I don't know if we have that tape handy, but it's just too funny. So the book is my brother Sam, actually. I even wrote something on the back.
Yes, you did.
This is what I wrote. Want to hear what I wrote?
Go ahead, read it.
Okay. No matter how many times Sam called me or visited my radio show, I never got tired of hearing that unusual and original voice. Of course, it was probably Bill's.
We don't know.
No, we never ever. You guys would have known.
I know. Sam Kinison was one of our generation's greatest stand-up comics, and since the day he died, I wish I could hear those hoarse tones again. Brother Sam brought him back one more time and made me remember just how much I missed him. I always thought Sam's life was an open book, but obviously there were still quite a few details we never knew. Thanks for putting all the craziness and mayhem on paper. Great job, Bill. Your brother would have been proud. And that's what I wrote. And I'll tell you the truth, I think you really nailed it, because Sam does come alive in this book, Brother Sam. It's a real good book. You did a great job.
It's an honest appraisal of what went on with everybody, including myself.
Now, in the book, do you say that Sam was more in love with Malika or Sabrina than Malika?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there was no doubt about that.
Yeah, and
no doubt about it.
Yeah,
How come you can say that?
Because he kept telling everybody. He'd tell us.
Yeah, well, you know what? He did even tell us, kind of.
Well, Sam actually said to me.
Yeah.
I mean, we were standing. Where was that place? The Rascals on the Shore.
Oh, that's right, down Shoreline, yeah.
And we were. It was after the show, and he had been fighting with Malika all day.
Malika, his future wife. Yeah. Right.
I mean, in between shows, before the show, after the show, in between shows, he and Malika were on the phone screaming at each other.
Which was great. And by the way, Bill details a lot of those fights. Yeah.
And then after the show, Sam got a phone call, and this time it was calm.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got off the phone, he went, "Oh, Robin.
Oh, Robin.
Oh, Robin." I said, "What, Sam?" He said, "That's the one I really love."
There you are.
Well, who was that?
See, there you are.
Sabrina.
Sabrina. Do you think he would have married Sabrina except for the fact that she went out and cheated on him? Which was Sam's complete... He was so illogical. It was amazing how aware he was and how he could take a situation and talk about it on stage and be right on the money, and yet in his own personal life be so confused. He was mad at Sabrina for having a boyfriend, even though he was cheating on his girlfriend.
Well, she, first of all, didn't tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little after the fact there.
Yeah.
Something about needing some money for an abortion or something.
Yeah, right. But it was completely illogical.
I know it wasn't. What was funny is that, you know, once he finds out, he's like, "Man, I taught her how to do it. I taught her how to cheat. I taught her everything."
But the book is great. And if you want to go have a copy of the book signed tonight, you go over to...
Tower
Books.
They're on Lafayette, downtown New York, I guess.
Yeah, and you will relive the great life of Sam Kinison through the eyes of his brother Bill. And there's a lot of exciting things happening with this book. I'm almost dying to say what is going to happen with this book.
I know it.
Should I?
Help yourself, Howard.
He can say
Might as well.
Should I?
Yeah, you might as well.
Really? You think so? Do you think I should say this?
Yeah, go ahead and say it.
It's not going to hurt you in any way if he says this?
No.
All right. I'm going to say it.
Go ahead and say it.
I'm supposed to wait for a big announcement and all this other stuff. I'll make the announcement here. I bought the book and I'm making it into a movie.
Wow!
Whoa! That's how much I believe in this book. This book is so good that this book, Brother Sam, is so good.
Why did you have to ask him if you could say it?
Because we're doing this.
We're buddies.
We're buddies, and
But the point is, if you're doing it, you're doing it.
I wasn't supposed to do this today. I wasn't supposed to say a word about this.
That's right. We got attorneys we got to go look at now.
Yeah, right.
You're meeting with Bill now?
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, right. But I like the book so much that I want to make it into a feature film, and I've already started working on it.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been working on it behind the scenes, because now I'm like the new Dick Clark. I have things going on.
I can't believe this.
Yeah, because it's going to be very, very exciting.
Congratulations.
I got caught up in the moment. I got caught up in the moment.
We couldn't help ourselves.
We were supposed to make a big announcement. I figured I'd announce it on Letterman when I do that on the 24th, and I just blew
is
it.
that the announcement you were saving for them?
Yeah. I blew it.
You can still
now
do a
you got to
big thing
think of something else.
Now I got to think of something else big to do. I'll buy the life story of Fred Norris. But because the book grabbed me when I read it. When Bill sent it to me, I got so caught up in it that I said, this is the movie.
Well, you did. You fell in love with the book. You've been raving about it ever since you read it in its galley form.
Yeah. I've really just been a big fan of it. And I called Bill that day, and I just said, I want to make this into a film.
We actually started having inquiries in this just on the book proposal, and then once Howard told me he was interested, I'd rather do it with Howard than anybody.
Wow.
Yeah, and we want to really take this to the big screen. Because
who do you see playing Sam?
I have a real good idea who should play Sam, and I really don't want to say it on the air because I want to approach him first. And I want to talk to Bill about it.
Let me whisper a name in your ear and see if this is who you're thinking.
All right, go ahead.
Jackie Marlowe.
Not Jackie Marlowe. Go ahead.
Not Marlowe.
No, go ahead. No.
No?
No, not him.
I think Mel Gibson or Tom Cruise should play me.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think it should be Dom DeLuise.
Dom DeLuise and Mel Gibson.
When I tell you who I'm thinking of, at first you're going to say, no way. And then you're going to think about it.
Who whispered into my ear? Can you?
Jackie just slipped me a note. That was one of the people that seems very obvious, but that is not who I'm thinking of. All right, I'm going to write it down for you. And at first you're going to go, at first you're going to say no. And you're going to say, no, that's who Robin said.
Oh.
I'll tell you.
See, I just did that on a visual thing.
That was who I thought of.
Not only do I know who should play it, but it'll get him the Academy Award.
What's that? What's that Fred just wrote?
He's right, actually. Rosie O'Donnell. It'll get him the Academy Award.
Get him, Rosie, and the Academy Award.
Whatever. I'll write it down.
Oh, I know who.
Who? I can't.
And it will
John Candy's dead.
No.
He can't do it.
No, not him.
Who?
This is who I think should play it. Now, believe it or not, I believe.
Oh, stop that.
Now, think about it.
No,
think about it. Think about it.
Stop that.
Think about Dustin Hoffman playing Lenny Bruce. And then, what do you think?
I think you're right.
Yeah, he sure could do it.
He could do it.
No.
He could do it. Think about it.
You're right on the mark.
Think about it. I know it.
Yeah.
I got to go with Howard on that one.
Yep. I know exactly who should play this.
I don't know how you do that physically.
Would have been better if he'd have been
I'll
white.
explain it to you off the air.
I want to know how you could.
Would have been better if he was white. I want Richard Roundtree.
Great, but he
George Wallace. I got to tell you, George Wallace is Howard's a great comedian.
Very funny man.
Howard, without giving too much away, I just want to know how you'll ever get that person to work on any project that you're involved in.
I had to bleep that off the air.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
No.
No, don't do that to me. Come on.
Although she is right about that.
I'm in the middle of working on this.
Sam is such a strong personality, though. It almost seems like you'd have to go with an unknown.
No.
You don't have to do it. I'm telling you, Jackie, I got this.
Jackie's vying for the part.
Yeah.
Jackie, all right, let me see you. I'll audition you real quick. Go ahead. Give me your best shot.
I wasn't talking about me.
I see what you're leading to. Go ahead. Do your Sam Kinison. Let me see.
All right, come on, Jack.
Bill, take the rap! Oh!
Well, there you go. A new star is born.
Not bad.
Jackie,
right.
Open that window and throw yourself out of it.
Can you sustain that? That's the question.
I almost killed myself.
I know I'm going to be sunk for having made this announcement.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
You
somebody's
both.
going to get you
man.
and put something somewhere and squeeze it.
Yeah, and I got to go see him later.
I tell you what, you just livened up all my interviews.
Oh, man. I know I did. Well, definitely sell a bunch of books.
Boy, you better be. Hey, Jody, we can book a bunch of those nationals now.
I know. I shouldn't have made that announcement, but I got very carried away.
Well, your fans should know it first, anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Your fans should know it.
I got a little carried away. Oh, boy.
This is fun.
All right, I better get you out of here.
Now you got to stay in here. You can't go out anymore.
I just got I got swept up in the moment, and now I realize what a mistake it
Well,
was.
I can see how it happened. That's how I made my little faux pas there.
Right. I don't care. I'm very excited about it.
You were right about that, Robin. Absolutely right. I can tell you from past dealing.
Yes.
And it's gonna be an exciting project.
Oh. Could not be.
Hey,
The life of Sam
Patrick Ewing already agreed to play Sam.
Yeah, and he may be able to do it pretty quick here if
You bet.
So you're getting Spike Lee to direct.
Yes, that's right.
Whoa.
Only when I'm dead. All right, Brother Sam is the book, The Short Spectacular Life of Sam Kinison. Bill Kinison did a beautiful job on this. Congratulations to you. And,
love you guys. Glad to be here again.
Well, we love you and we love your brother. Sure did.
We
All right.
did that. Yeah.
Yep. All right, it's 7. Oh, I'm not going to give the time. What the hell? I'm just trying to kill time.
What are you doing?
I want to stay on the air so I don't have to take that phone call. Announcing this thing. Big mistake. All right, Bill, thanks for coming in. And
Thank you, Howard.
And tonight, what's the book signing?
The book signing's tonight.
7 to 9.
Tower Books on Lafayette.
Tower Books on Lafayette. So we'll be back right after this.
I got to say hello to my little girl Ginger in L.A. getting ready to go to school right now.
Okay.
Any other personal messages, Bill?
No, that was it.
No girlfriends to say hello to?
She's the only girlfriend I got.
We got out in the wings. We got waiting the group America. Remember America?
I've been to the desert on a horse.
Are they going to do the song parody too?
Howard, you should have heard them rehearsing.
Oh, we got to get them.
I am saying,
Bill, you'll want to hear this.
I am saying right here and now that this is the best song parody we've ever had anybody do.
I heard him play 2 chords, and I was like, oh, boy.
You know the song Horse with No Name? Of course, everyone knows that. There's a new song called...
What is it called?
Well, it's about Baba Booey. I'm not going to tell you what it's called yet.
All right.
It's about Baba Booey.
No wonder he thinks
Howard,
it's so good.
we should hurry up because we have to have them out of here by quarter.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Bill, hey, thanks. And we'll see you tonight at the book signing.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
I really blew it by making that announcement, so I want everyone to forget that. And don't say anything to anybody. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, shucks.
How far are we from the 24th?
Not that far.
Okay.
Hey, I got America here. I don't want to miss out on a moment of this.
Yeah.
These guys have written 1 million hits. They came in, they got a new album out. Hey, dudes, look at that.
How are you?
That's Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
The guy with the glasses is Jerry, Robin.
Hi there, how are you?
Jerry and Dewey.
I'm Dewey.
Yeah, I know you're Dewey. I know who everyone is. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, guys.
We think we've got a hit.
Yeah, I do too.
Should we do this now while you got a minute?
What, signing the books?
Signed?
Nah, we'll do it in a few minutes. Let's talk. I only got you guys for a couple of minutes, so let me make sure I talk to you.
It was easiest for you to do.
So America wrote a whole bunch of... You guys are multimillionaires, right?
We are.
We're talking... Yeah, I mean, these guys admit it.
Really?
They're not going to deny it, yeah.
Multi.
Of course. Do you know how many hits...
What is multi?
Multi means that... How many guys were in America?
There was 3 until 77, and then we've been a duo since then.
Oh, really?
Yep.
And all 3 guys wrote all the songs?
We each wrote quite a few of the hits, yeah.
And did you all share in the publishing, or did you, in other words, if you wrote
we make a lot of money, and is it still laying around?
No, I don't mean that. I mean...
Yeah, we each have our own publishing.
Right.
We didn't throw it all in.
If you wrote a song,
right,
you got the publishing for it. So who wrote the most hits?
Well, it's actually pretty evenly divided. I wrote Sister Golden Hair,
right,
I Need You, Daisy Jane. Dewey wrote Horse with No Name.
Whoa.
Ventura Highway, Tin Man.
Whoa.
So, and then Dan Peak, our departed third member, he wrote This Is For All the Lonely People and Don't Cross the River. So we all had some hits.
Right.
It worked out pretty good.
It was so good to him, he just said, I don't want to do it anymore.
He's living in the Cayman Islands, in fact.
Whoa.
He's retired, if that tells anything.
And he probably became a citizen there, doesn't pay any taxes.
I think that's probably the
way to go.
Just took all his money with him.
You know, it's funny, I admire the guy most who's not here.
He's a smart man.
He's a smart man. He's in the Cayman Islands.
And we got it. We actually re-recorded one of his tunes for this new CD of ours called
Is that right?
Hourglass.
So you guys are all friends and everything?
Full circle, yeah.
Yeah, we stay in touch.
The weirdest story I ever heard about America was that for a while, Billy Mumy, the kid from Lost in Space with the red hair, was writing with you guys.
That's true.
But he'll tell you, and his license plate will read Moomee. It's Moomee, Howard.
Yeah, Billy Oh, not Mumy.
You said Moomee, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I was close. Mumy.
Yeah, Moomee.
Moon Me.
The kid from Lost in Space.
Yeah, Will Robinson.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
great
he's a good friend.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. What is it, Baba Pohai?
Danger.
He co-wrote a song on this new album.
He did?
Indeed.
So you're still working with him?
So, so this album has got, like, all of our great friends. Carl Wilson of the Beach Boys sings on 5 or 6 of the songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bill Mooney helped us write some songs.
I mean, he can actually write songs.
He can,
Yeah, he's a
Really?
great...
Because you figure the kid on Lost in Space, like maybe just
that's why
throwing
he
him a
doesn't want
bone.
to hear that Will Robinson stuff.
Yeah, right.
Oh, God.
And here's to you, Will Robinson.
There's one.
Yeah.
Doggone it.
So you mean when you guys have hit albums, then he gets a piece of the action too, even if his songs don't become hits?
Yes.
Hey, let me write a song for one of your albums.
Yeah, put your name on
Hey,
it.
you put my name on a song.
Do you have the publishing on some of this stuff here?
All right, you guys want to open with a song? This is a new song. from America.
Not the album, though.
This is not on the album.
Not on the album, but it might be a bonus cut if it goes down well today.
Now, you guys, you were inspired by our own Baba Booey and his giant teeth.
Yeah.
Well, don't give too much away.
All right. Okay. Do you want some echo?
Hello. We can use all the help we can get, but I'll tell you, this may be the next biggie here. It's the follow-up to Horse with No Name.
How do you like this? You like this for echo?
Can you throw me down a match? I could.
How's this?
My way out of here.
How's this?
Hello.
How's this?
Perfect.
We're happy.
Like that? You like it?
Very nice.
A little.
All right, here it goes.
Morning tune here. There's a guy named Todd Satuthi. He's gonna be with Howard for life. And his teeth are huge and green and stink. They're as big as a kitchen sink. He screws up everything that he does. Basic working skills he lacks. His breath is hot and his gums are dry. You can hear them when his fat lips smack. I'm telling the story of the boy with horse teeth. They're as green as a funeral wreath. He's so dopey, he won't come in from the rain. If you look in his eyes, you can see there's no brain. Ba 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 booey ba 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 booey ba 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 ba. He's got 14-pound incisors he carries around in his head. He's 30 years old and he collects cartoons. You could swear he was brain dead. The only thing this imbecile cares about is getting autographs of Bonnie and Fred. I was just brought coffee by a boy with horse teeth, and his gums look a real disease. His new haircut makes him look like a chimp, and each front tooth is the size of a blimp. Fa Foley, and he looks like Mr. Ed. Fa Foley, from the neck up, the boy is dead. After brushing his big putrid teeth, his foul gray grums, they start to reek. Grums. His choppers are huge and green and stink. They're as big as a hockey rink. The Rangers. It takes an ocean of mouthwash just to freshen his breath and keeps things from getting gooey. Robin Quivers wants to fire his ass, but Howard loves that fa-fa-fooey. I told you the story of the boy with horse teeth. His two front choppers are as big as your feet. He's so dopey and barely toilet trained. When you look in his face, you can see there's no brain. Mama, monkey watching his lips a lick. Mama, monkey, his mouth will make you sick. Ba 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 booey ba 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 ba. What do you think, Howard?
Whoa.
Is it a hit?
Man. That's beautiful. That was the most beautiful song I ever heard.
Thank you.
I'm going to play that every day when I get angry at him. I mean, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
And you guys still have great voices.
It's not bad for 8 in the morning.
Oh, no, that was beautiful. Robin, what'd you think?
Oh, it was incredible. I loved it. I couldn't stop listening. No, I was just like, right there with you, every word.
We've got our next biggie, I think.
I had a weird thought during the song. I said, here's the guy, the third guy in the group America doesn't live in America.
No.
Isn't that something?
It's not America anymore.
It's Cayman Islands.
Yeah. Well, we all we started the group in England way back 70 and 71, and that was a big confusion.
I always thought you guys were British.
Well, we started there because our dads were in the service. We were just stationed there.
Yeah.
And after we made our first millions, we moved to L.A., where you have to...
And to complicate matters, we both have British mothers. And I was born in England. So
oh, really?
It is, but we're American citizens.
So when you guys got famous, man, then what is that, Endless Parade of Women? Oh, man.
Oh, here we go.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
Was it?
Endless.
Oh.
For Beckley.
You guys married now?
We're married way back.
Oh, really?
I've been married longer than you now, Howard. I just celebrated 22 years in May.
No temptation to take part in groupies?
Not a bit.
Really?
Even were you married when you got famous?
As a matter of fact, I was. Wasn't I?
This is a good line of questioning. I'd go with this for a minute.
The year that we started. I was married in 70.
And were you like freaking out? I mean, here you were making millions of dollars. You had women who wanted to have sex with you every 10 seconds.
And then you write The Horse with No Name.
Yeah. Was that about your wedding, or I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, wasn't it torture for you in some respects?
No, of course not. Things are going so fast, and we're having much fun. You know,
were you able to?
The last thing
were you able to cheat on your wife successfully? Like just have a couple of flings and then go back to her?
Well, he must have been.
Yeah,
now,
you had to.
Howard, I will say this. I will give Vivian her due. She's been a wonderful, wonderful wife. I'm devoted to her, and she's forgiven me for a few things.
Oh, now we're getting to the... You sound like Clinton. That's good. Well, you know what it was. You got very... We understand.
And this has to be understood.
Yeah.
Does it not, Howard?
It does, because I know I'm dying.
You're busting.
You know, I mean, listen, I didn't know that I would have any degree of fame. I had no idea. I got married when I was 24. I've been dating my wife since I was 19. And I figured, listen...
It's great.
It's great. It's great for you, maybe. But you know what I'm saying. I love my wife. I love my wife, Vivian. But ironically, the same name. But you know, I have a Vivian as well. And then all of a sudden, I got a little popular. Women are throwing themselves at me, and yet I have somehow resisted. But it's my eyeball is popping out.
You're ducking and dodging as these bodies come flying at you. Yeah. Eventually, you're going to get hit. Aren't you?
I got to get hit already.
A big guy like you too. Come on.
So what do you do? Like, do you just confess, or do you just keep quiet about it and let her catch you?
Oh dear! What did you do?
Yeah, tell me what you did.
Did you have long-term affairs, or was it just these one-night things?
He had one-nighters. I know it. I could see it.
Come on, you guys.
Come on.
Jerry, this is Jerry talking, by the way.
Confession is good for the soul.
I'm keeping out of this.
Hey, I'm writing a song about this. Well, you know what I mean.
Well, the Rolling Stones are coming on. August 12th.
Yeah, they sure. But you guys are coming too. I mean,
we're going to be Jones Beach with our good friends, the Beach Boys. That's I think.
Yeah, when is
16, 17. I don't know, end of August. Middle of August. Then at Garden State Arts Center the day after that.
And you have a new CD out called Hourglass. This is your first studio album in 10 years. You know what I'd like to do? Let me take a short break, because I still have you for a few more minutes, right? I have you till 15. Absolutely. What are you doing? You doing some...
Well, we got to go. We got to fly to Jackson, Mississippi. In fact, we have a show to do.
All right, so let me take a short break. When we come back, let's play... What is it?
They're going to Kathy and Regis this morning.
Oh. Jesus. Oh.
You don't have to leave.
No.
We have to
you
go
can be
there
late
first.
for that. You have to go to...
Kathy and who?
Regis.
Oh, my God. And then we have to go to Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah,
we do have a show tonight at a place called Hal and Mal's in Jackson, Mississippi.
Sounds like fun.
Stumpy's on the Pike.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Jackie, you played there, didn't you?
Hal and Mal's?
I worked them all.
Hey, during the commercials, tell me about how you handled that whole thing.
Absolutely,
yeah, tell them about going home.
Show you my little black book, babe.
Yeah. But, Jerry, you were smart. You waited until you got real famous and then got married.
Yeah.
And so you married, what, a supermodel?
No.
What did you marry? What was she like?
She was a businesswoman. She owned a restaurant in Los Angeles for many years.
And she was like every guy wanted her, and then you walked in, I'm in America. How quick did you tell her you're in America and then get her?
Right away.
I mean? Right away?
My opening line.
I mean, you're a good-looking guy, don't get me wrong, but,
When he booked the reservation, he said, it's America.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm in the group America.
I'm from America.
Yeah, I'm from America. I'm a very famous rock star, and I'm going to walk into your place, and if you're good-looking, you're going to bed with me. Yeah. Let me tell you something. You ought to sing the new Baba Booey song for Kathy Lee, because she's a big fan of our show. Oh, yes. We'll you should mention my name. She is a huge fan of mine.
Yeah.
Tell her you just finished the Howard Stern show, and watch her reaction.
Let me tell you something. If I was in the group America, and I was single, this is how I would play it.
All right, go, Howard.
Right. Now, you met your wife, how? At a
restaurant.
At a restaurant. So you made a reservation. I call up like this. I wouldn't even talk. I just start singing. La, 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 la. And she'd go, well, is this a phony phone call? No, I'm just singing my new hit song. And then the rest would be easy.
Right.
So how many years have you been married?
I've been married 6 years, but I lived with her for 5 years before that. It's been 11, 12 years so far. Yeah.
Gosh, they're personal on this show, aren't they, Jerry?
They should. Well, yeah. I'm always kind of curious what happens to guys who, are regular guys, and all of a sudden you become multimillionaires through your songwriting.
I mean, did you ever believe that this was going to happen? This was a fluke.
Nobody believed it.
It was our very first record released, Horse with No Name, and the album that it was on went to #1 too. And frankly, as kids, we thought that's what's supposed to happen. It went up the top of the charts. We went, cool.
You put out your music and people buy it.
Yeah. And it was all the kind of suits around us going, do you guys have any idea what's going on?
Because that was huge.
Now, what about the third guy in the group who's no longer with the group? Is he going through Girls Like Candy? I mean, on the Cayman Islands? Or
Unbelievable.
He's actually married to his high school sweetheart, too.
Really?
Catherine.
Oh, so you guys
he made him move to that island.
Right.
She got him out of the band.
You're not kidding. What is it, Baba Bohai?
He's making gospel records.
Oh, is he really? Oh, he went real religious on you?
Where is he getting all this stuff from?
I don't know.
That's the one who went religious, because remember yesterday we were having a conversation?
I said America went real religious.
Yeah.
But you guys didn't, right?
He was born again Christian.
You guys are Satan worshippers, and he was, right?
The mix didn't work. But he had some terrible things happen, really, in all honesty. Like their home in Malibu got caught in one of those fires, like, whoa, swept right through. Lost everything.
Thank God for
wedding
insurance.
Photos and all that.
Wow.
And I think a lot of that rekindled a lot of his early kind of stuff.
So he thought God burned down his house because he was making
he took it as a sign to get out of town.
Really?
He was having a hard time in L.A. and withstanding all the pressures and stuff. And then when the house burnt down, he said, "That's it, I'm out of here."
Because I heard Billy Mooney was like real religious too.
No.
He's not.
Which religion?
I'm not sure. I thought he went to Judaism. I heard he became a Hasidic rabbi.
No.
And you guys always work with George Martin, the famous Beatles producer. He was known.
We did. That was we did 6 albums with George.
Did he always go into the studio wearing a Beatles wig? Someone told me that he would walk around with Beatle boots and wig.
He's like Prince Charles. Really, you were always in awe of him. He's a tall stature guy like yourself.
Right, good-looking man like myself.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, I've seen him.
All right, let me take a 2-second break. Now, here's what I'd like to have happen when we come back. This is what now you tell me if
this is his fantasy.
Okay, come back. I'll call out a couple of songs. We do medley. We do a couple of the hits.
I would love that.
And then we analyze your new single. We listen to it and see what the hell's on your mind.
Okay. We do have to get out of here pretty soon, Howard.
No, 8:15. I'm keeping you to.
Okay.
Don't give me any crap.
All right.
I got to tune up.
We're going to tune up for those other big hits.
Let's make sure the songs you pick we can do as a duo.
And then I want you to, while you're in here, write a song about cheating. That's what I All right.
I always wanted to know what the Horse with No Name was all about. You always used to sit around trying to analyze
It's just a plain old desert. It's like I love the desert and snakes and lizards, and that's all.
We were always looking for some hidden meaning.
Yeah, I thought you guys were a lot deeper than that, actually. All right, let me take a break. When we come back, we'll be back with Jerry Beckley and Dewey Bunnell.
Bunnell, thank you, Howard. Well done.
Of America. Thank you. I always thought that song was about a guy who was too busy to name his horse. And he had a horse with no name.
Well, that's a better interpretation than some. We were banned in some places because they thought it was about heroin and all that.
Is that right?
We were always trying to figure out what they were talking about.
It wasn't about heroin.
The horse's name was Frank, and we rode him to the bank.
Gotcha. We'll take a break. We'll be back with America. Their new album is out. It's called Hourglass. And by the way, all of their albums begin with the letter H. What the hell is that all about?
It's another drug reference.
Kind of a gimmick.
Oh, come on. Is it a gimmick?
It started by accident. And after 3, we realized that we had 3 H titles.
And then you got superstitious and everything?
Yeah, we thought we don't want to mess it up.
Will there be an album named Howard?
They'll finally have to get to
we got another one there.
Let's think about it. Give it some consideration. I'm on a roll. All right, well, we'll take a break, and we'll be back. So we're here with Jerry Beckley and Dewey Bunnell, and they're from America. The guys have been working on a little,
We don't mean the country. They are the group America.
Actually, they are from America, referring to the fact that they are great American citizens, and we wanted to get them in here because they want to do a medley for us.
Yeah.
Well, you guys...
We thought you could shoot out a title and we could do our best.
Yeah, but I forgot what you guys told me to shoot out.
Okay.
All right, wait a second. What about...
spontaneous.
Ventura Highway?
Ventura Highway.
Okay, all right, Ventura Highway.
On a piece of grass, walking down the road. Tell me, how long you gonna stay here, Joe? Some people say this town don't look good in snow. You don't care, I know. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine.
Okay, that's enough. Okay.
God, you know, I swear, when you were singing that, I could smell the reefer in the dormitory hallway. I swear to God, it was just wafting through.
There was this girl in your dressing room here, and she said, "Oh, America," she said, "that takes me back to, like, dating in high school and hickeys."
Yeah.
Hickeys.
I wish I was giving someone a hickey. Hey, guys, you might come over here, I'll give you a hickey. You know, so who wrote that song?
Dewey. I did, actually.
Damn.
So,
what is that, Come to You All at Once?
I had a little fertile period, as it were.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good either. But
I mean, look, what do you do? Like, you're sitting around writing that, and, like, do you go and you play for your mom or something? She goes, "Oh, that's ridiculous."
That's sweet.
At that point, I was away from the house, so I didn't play for my mom. My mom, though, definitely picked Horse with No Name out of our first batch of stuff. She said, "Oh, that's a biggie. That's going to work for you, kid."
Do some of that.
We did Horse with No Name.
That's true. You did the Baba Booey. So who is Sister Golden Hair? Is that some...
Is that the woman you're living with?
No, it's kind of a combination of different relationships, different people. I put them all together and come up with a show.
His beautiful wife is a blonde.
Is she really?
Yeah.
She is. She must be a piece of ass.
Catherine.
Oh, man, I'd like to see... Is she?
Very much so.
She's really nice?
Very stunning.
You ever lust after her?
Beautiful woman, yeah.
Did you ever think about doing it with Jerry's wife, Dewey?
Of course not.
No, come on, tell the truth. When you guys hang around this way, like, you guys get together socially, or you're not into that?
Yeah, well, we do. We live hundreds of miles apart. Dewey lives in the Bay Area, and I live in L.A.
But do you ever get together and the wives are like in their swimsuits, and you guys start looking at each other's wives?
No, that doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen at all? And you never once thought about getting it on?
That's why we've been
together for 25 years.
All these
how do you write, living so far apart now?
That's the best way to write.
We used to always write separately. Each guy would write whatever songs he sang, but on the new album, Hourglass, we wrote quite a few songs together.
So you guys weren't like the Beatles and lived in one living room, like in Hard Day's Night.
Yeah, that was cool, though.
Yeah, that was cool. That seemed like a real neat thing to do.
Yeah.
You never lived together.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but have Ringo's head next to yours while you sleep.
I've had Ringo in my house many times.
Is that right?
In his wild days, he had everybody up at his
Oh, really?
An ongoing party.
Yeah, really good friends, huh? Like Ringo and people hanging around. That's the kind of life I need to live.
Ringo was best friends with our dear departed friend Harry Nilsson.
Oh, right.
And
they used to hang out. So
they were like glued in.
We wake up in the morning and Joe Cocker would be at the piano.
So were you guys getting high a lot and getting drunk in those years?
We would just be very straight watching this all go on, kind of observing it from the...
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
And Joe Cocker would come over and just like hang out?
You know you're in trouble when you look around the room and you're more loaded than Joe Cocker.
Yeah, right. And would John Lennon come by these little parties? Or?
No, I never met John.
Never met him.
We met John
I went
once.
to a couple of...
You're lucky. You had Ringo hanging around all those days and no John.
Yeah, you got Ringo.
Yeah, oh, man. It's like getting a bad Beatles card. It's unbelievable. Oh, come on. The guy's the drummer. Anyone can drum. Come on. Let's be honest. All right, what
did the third guy do? You guys are so good together. What did the third...
Dan Peek was the king of the party, frankly. Yeah. He's the guy that could...
In other words, you didn't really need him. It's obvious from the way you're performing here. What about I Need You?
Okay, we'll do it.
Okay, all right. I used to drive in my car and hear that song and think about how, like, I never have a girlfriend. I just don't have one. I need one girlfriend so I could listen to that and get emotional.
And now look.
Man, that is good.
This guy's very handsome, everybody.
Yeah.
Good-looking dude.
Yeah, how come you never went out with me? I couldn't find one. Oh, wait, because I'm running out of time here. Yeah. Either can you do either Tin Man or Lonely People or
Tin Man?
Okay. No, that's what I'm hearing in this song.
It is a listening album, and I mean, it's fun to talk.
That's exactly what it's about.
It is about that. It's a young moon. I mean, the moon looks like a big mother to the stars.
Really?
There, if you're in the right.
It's like a big mother.
Big mother.
I thought it meant you mooned someone when you wrote the song. I didn't know what it meant.
There's some of that. Why not?
I don't know. You guys.
You're too literal.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in this song, but it sounds good to me. And now you got to go on Regis and Kathy Lee.
Yes, we do.
Oh, Reg, I love America. I hope I can sing with them.
Kathy will sing one of your songs.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good.
We'll do Baba Booey first.
Do the Baba Booey song. She's a real big fan of his.
So she can't sing along.
She'll probably want to do Ventura Highway with you guys.
Ventura Highway.
And Howard, we'd love to come back whenever we're in New York. We'll come back and we'll do another song.
Oh, please come on again. And watch close and see if she's wearing any underwear. I hear she doesn't wear panties.
All right.
Kathy Lee. All right, so you guys report back to us. You guys just got to, like, look under our dress and see what's going on.
When she jumps back up on that stool.
Oh, Rich. Ooh.
You want us to report back?
Jerry and Dewey.
You wonder why she's so giddy.
I have to go change my dress. There's a stain on it.
Anyway, the new album, the new CD, rather, is called Hourglass. It's the first studio album from America in 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, my gosh, I can't believe it's been that long.
They will be on Regis and Kathy Lee as they sing with Kathy Lee, I've been in the desert with an 80-year-old man. It's about Frank Gifford. The great America, everybody. Thanks for coming in, you guys. All right, we'll be back right after these words. All right, I want to take some phone calls. I also want to remind you that Jackie's will be... Oh, please. Jackie will be... appearing Friday night, next Friday night, I guess it is, or maybe 2 weeks, June 24th, at the Comedy Loft in Nanuet, New York. For dirty jokes and info, you call 516-922-WINE. And also exciting Jackie news.
What?
Jackie's Wild Comedy CD is going through the roof. Everyone loves it. $10, free shipping and handling. Price includes full-color Jokeland catalog. 1-800-323-5464. Everyone very happy about Jackie's success.
Especially Jackie.
Yeah. Sure, you bet. Very good, Jackie.
Thank you very much.
When I announced that I was producing a movie about the life of Sam Kinison, that I thought Jackie's whole
Jackie went into the bathroom and cried.
Yeah, Jackie was vomiting. Jackie went into...
I still think I have a chance at the lead.
I will talk to you. I will certainly give you an interview.
Yes, we'll entertain him, but, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to make any money. Yeah, we're not selling this for $10 and $3 shipping and handling.
This is a real movie, Jackie.
Yeah, real
like
movie.
Those things you've been in.
Feature film.
Why don't you play Sam, Robin?
She's got a better shot than you do. Okay. All right, very good. No, we'll see.
A lot of love in the room.
You know, we all work together, and yet none of us believes in each other's abilities.
Oh, stop it. You know what? I really think that Jackie has perfected the act of pretending he's not bothered anymore.
That's it.
You know, because it'll be a few days later that you'll notice Jackie's a little irritable.
Yeah.
And it'll be his reaction.
Yeah, it takes a few days for it to kick in that I'm up to something brand new.
It only took about 10 years to realize there is no right reaction to anything in this room.
That's correct. Hey, by the way, congratulations to Dan Foreman, who is the executive producer of Channel 4 News, used to be the executive producer of our TV show, or the producer of our TV show.
What happened with Dan?
He finally hired a babe on the Channel 4 News.
Which one? I have noticed some new personnel over there.
Dana Adams is the name. I got to hire a good-looking girl.
Did he tell you that? Or did you tell him that?
No, I told him that. I said, get some good-looking girls on there. I said, you know, in her day, McGee Hickey, I guess, was attractive. And, you know what I'm saying? These girls are getting older. So I guess we're seeing Dan's boner factor on Channel 4 News. Dana Adams out of New Jersey. Woo-ga, hee-ha. I'm watching last night. I'm like, I'm in love. Is it cheating if you watch a girl on TV and fall in love?
Yes.
I said, now that's a reporter.
What was her story?
Don't know.
See? That's mine.
How do you audition her?
I don't. All right, look, you got to get a bikini and thong.
Yeah. Hold this bottle of Snapple.
Yeah. Hold a bottle of Snapple. This is the only way I can judge you.
Don't put your finger over the name.
But I have 12 years journalistic experience.
Okay. What size? What size is your cup? Cup size matters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Okay, he's also got another babe. He's got a Long Island reporter that's a real babe, too. Carolyn Gussoff. Is that her name?
That's one of the names of the new people popping up.
Yeah.
But I did notice that one was extremely attractive. I was wondering when you were going to find her.
Yeah, Dana Adams. Nice job, Dan. I know. I handpicked her myself. Oh. Yes. Oh.
What did he used to say? Either I'm laughing or I'm...
Yeah, either I'm laughing or I'm having a boner.
Also, I'm zoning.
Yeah, he says, even with news, either I'm laughing, I go laughing. Either I'm laughing or... No, in our TV show, he used to say, I either want to be laughing or I want to have a boner.
Also, I'm switching channels.
Let's take a few phone calls. I have a whole bunch of notes here that I have to go through and things that I've been carrying around in my briefcase.
You know what? We did not finish by playing one of Fred's songs yesterday.
We're going to do that, Robin. We have a lot to do. It's a Friday. There's a lot of excitement in the air.
Because we were finally going to get to hear a Fred song.
Fred song. I'm not going to own your yard.
Always interesting.
I even happen to own an Eastern Conference Ranger coin that I was thinking of giving to our stupid general manager, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
As a little kiss-ass thing, so maybe it'll get off my back. Well, he did get us new computers for the back of the room, so I was thinking maybe I'd give him a little
Throw
treat.
him a bone.
Howard, pick up the damn phone.
The phone is picked up, genius.
Oh,
I picked up the phone. And if I hadn't picked up the phone, why would you be talking to me?
Well, I didn't know if you were there or not.
Oh, but isn't it kind of silly to say, Howard, pick up the damn phone if I'm not on the phone?
Yeah, otherwise you'd
I
hear ringing.
didn't know how long I'd be waiting. They said in 2 seconds, and that was like 5 minutes ago.
Well, I don't know what anyone told you, but you're on the air. What have you got to say for yourself?
Well, you were talking about the Beach Boys earlier, and I just wanted to discredit quite a bit of what the others said. They may have been geniuses in the earlier stage, but, hey, I was in the nut house with them.
Hold on. Let me
all the Beach Boys?
No.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying that
just Brian Wilson, the one that wore the hat, they were like my parents' generation, but I was in there.
Wait, you said you went to when you went to the Nut House, you were in there with the Beach Boys, some of the Beach Boys?
Memorial Hospital in Los Angeles.
So, why are you discrediting their music? Just because
Oh, no, I'm not doing that at all.
So what have you got to say for yourself?
He was discrediting the stories that were told by the guys in America.
What do you mean?
Discrediting that shrink that brainwashed Brian.
Oh, you're discrediting the shrink now.
Oh. Hey, listen, I don't know what you're doing, but why would you call up do you have some kind of information you want to share with me? Is that it? Do you have a question?
Well, Brian finally got out of the seclusion ward. See, he had a private room.
Are you drinking?
I was going to sleep when I first called up.
You sound as if you're drinking.
Your speech is slurred.
Yes, because I'm on medication.
So who can be sure that you ever even met a Beach Boy? You're so out of it.
Well, you can write and call my parents or write.
What was wrong with you? Well, let's discuss you, not the Beach Boys. Let's discuss you. Never mind the Beach Boys.
They signed while I was in there.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he's saying. What he's
saying is he has proof because they signed his album, his record album. Listen.
I said I didn't even know who the Beach Boys were. I didn't
never
know
mind
who they
the
were
Beach
when
Boys.
They were in there.
I said never mind the Beach Boys. What about you? Why are you in the Nut House? What do you see things?
No, my story's a long story.
But I don't care about a long story. Tell me what your problem is. What do you see people that aren't there?
No.
What do you have multiple personalities?
I have physical problems, and
what is your physical?
Basically, what they told me was it could be a brain dysfunction or a brain seizure, or whatever. When they couldn't figure out what it was physically, they just said, "Take your pills and shut up." And
so, what is wrong with you?
What does it make you do?
Yeah, what cool stuff do you do?
They sent me to the shrinks, in other words, because they couldn't find out the physical reason.
But you can't tell me what you were doing that made people want to send you somewhere.
No, I went in there voluntarily. I always have.
You sound like a Sid Caesar impersonator.
I'm sorry.
What was your
problem? Like that. I don't mean to. Sid Caesar was before I was born.
Oh, I see.
I wasn't.
All right.
Saying, but I mean, I don't.
No, I'm making a joke because Sid Caesar is now a reformed. Well, never mind. Okay.
Well, all I'm trying to say.
All right, listen to me.
Brian was once he got out of the seclusion ward.
Oh, please.
I sure wish I could have found out what happened to him.
You still there? He's gone. I can't. I don't have the patience to drag it out of him.
It was just interesting to me that he couldn't elaborate on his own problem, but he could explain Brian Wilson.
Yeah. Mine's a long story. He sounded like Thurston Howell III. Mine's a long story, actually. Oh, lovey. Maniac. I was in with the Beach Boys. Who even knows if he was in with the Beach Boys?
But it wasn't all of the Beach Boys, just Brian.
I'm the one with the heart.
No, Thurston Mindless III. Unbelievable. Okay, let me go through all this paper I've been carrying around.
Go ahead.
And then I'll work up some energy to take another phone call. First of all, I want to thank Michael Moriarty, who said some nice stuff about me in a Playboy interview. He said I was his hero.
Oh, how sweet.
But then he started acting wacky, so...
Michael always does that.
Yeah. He talks about how...
ruins the good stuff.
Yeah.
By going off just a little bit too much.
Like he goes, Howard Stern is a hero to me. Stern takes the Constitution seriously. He spoke eloquently of the situation when I went on his program. Obviously, he's tweaking the sillier inhibitions of this country, and the politically correct hate him because he is so discreet. Because he is not discreet. He is socially embarrassing. So you go, wow, that's really cool, of him to say.
Concise?
Then he says, No, he didn't ask me the size of my penis. Maybe next time. From what Stern said, everyone's is bigger than his. I make no major claims about the size of my organ. It's nothing to shout about. The size of my lusts, yes. I have large, insatiable, exciting lusts for life, and the Roadrunner is a hero of mine. Not only have I laughed, but I also... And then he goes into this...
He goes off on the Roadrunner?
Oh, man, yeah. And it's just like, oh, someone finally says I'm a hero, and the guy's rambling about the Roadrunner's penis.
Who else is his hero, the Roadrunner?
I think that might have been Michael on the phone just now. But anyway, I do thank him for the thought. I wish he just hadn't jumbled it up.
However scattered it was.
Yeah, and he's like, I mean, you shouldn't throw anvils at people unless you're ready to face the anvil coming back in your face. The government would like to throw anvils at me, and I'm throwing them back. I think I'm the Roadrunner. I mean, you know, I'm reading it, I go, oh, my luck. Someone finally finds me heroic. Son of a bitch. It's unbelievable. Hey, Michael. Beep, beep.
He's such a wacky guy. You know, he went from that TV series Law and Order to doing Henry Higgins on Broadway in My Fair Lady.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it the traditional way. He changed the role.
Yeah, notice he's not doing it anymore.
And of course it closed.
Right.
Michael's something else.
Michael says before I was his hero, the Easter Bunny was his hero. All right, let's see. Now, I've gotten so much mail. By the way, I thought America doing that song parody was great.
Yes.
In fact, I got a fax here that says that was the best song parody yet. Couldn't get out of my car. I had to listen to every second of it, which is nice. Cleveland.
Hello?
Hi, you're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, you're on the air.
I'm on the air.
Well, of course, you called. Why is that so shocking when I say you're on the air?
Because I don't hear you right now.
No, because you're listening to your radio. You hear me on the phone.
Okay, well, who is this exactly? Is this Howard?
Who would be saying you're on the air? I'm the guy in control of the show.
Okay, listen.
You are.
I've got something very exciting to share with you.
And by the way, if you're calling from Cleveland...
Well...
Yeah.
Around Cleveland.
Because we're coming to Cleveland on June 10th.
I know, and I got to work, and I don't want to do it.
Well, take off the day, for God's sake.
Oh, God. Well, check this out.
What do you do that's so important that you can't miss a day?
Oh.
What do you do for a living? What type of work?
Well, right now I'm between jobs, but...
You don't even have a job.
Right now. This is the point. I was supposed to see...
Wait a second. You said I have to go to work, and now you're saying you don't have a job.
Okay, well, I'm a waitress.
You're a waitress?
I'm young, though.
In the morning, you're a waitress?
I'm a waitress all the time. By the time I get back from Cleveland, I'd be late.
Oh,
but that's besides the point. I was supposed to see Stuttering John on Friday night, but he canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And I was with my buddy, who is a big fan of yours, and his girlfriend. And we're like, well, the show's canceled, so we were just going to go somewhere else, and then we never got around to going anywhere. And so I was sitting there, and his girlfriend was there.
Is this going to be a lesbian story?
Yes, it is.
Oh, hold it. Let me work you into this. Okay, wait a second. I didn't realize what we had on the phone. All right, let's calm down now. You're not an ass.
Thank you.
Now all of a sudden you're brilliant. See how fortunes can change.
Please. How old are you, my dear?
I'm 21.
You are 21. You're a very young girl, aren't you?
Mm-hmm, pretty much.
One would say that you have just blossomed, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still waiting for the big impact, but...
So you're a very attractive 21-year-old?
I'm not a troll under a bridge.
Excuse me?
I'm not a troll under a bridge, but I'm not a glamour beauty queen either.
When you say not a glamour, let's figure this out.
I've got long brown hair, brown eyes.
Well, then you better shave.
What?
I said you better shave.
Oh, well, that part's taken care of.
You have long brown hair on your head. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I see. All right, so how much do you weigh?
I weigh about 130.
And how tall are you? 6'3"? How tall are you?
I'd say about 5'3".
5'3". Ooh, God. What size cups?
I'm like working on a B right now.
Oh no! So you're very chubby, aren't you? No wonder you can't get guys. You have to go to girls.
Well, no, it's not that. It's not that.
You know who you remind me of? The late Sam Kinison.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Maybe she could play the part.
Yeah. What are you doing in the next year? Let's say.
So, would you like to hear about my story?
You know, somehow I don't think so.
Why not?
Well, was the guy's girlfriend really pretty?
Well, yeah, she's really, well, actually, a lot of people think I'm pretty, but I have a low self-esteem. But that's besides the point.
No, I think you're correct. I don't think you have low self-esteem. I think you looked in the mirror
and...
People
are just being nice. Is that what you're saying?
I think you came to the right conclusion.
Okay, well...
Can you do me a favor for the sake of the story? Would you mind saying that you're 101 pounds?
I'm 101 pounds.
And you're D cup.
Oh, God. No, I'm talking double D, dude.
Oh, double D's, but 101 pounds. So you're mostly breast and a very skinny...
breast with legs.
Yeah, with a very thin, flat stomach, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
And you like walking around with no panties and those kinds of things. Okay, so wait a second. No, let's be honest here. You've been honest. You're a little chunky, and yet you're not horrible.
I'm not chunky. I'm healthy.
All right.
I'm bordering chunky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost chunky.
Almost chunky is...
I'm on that fine line between healthy and chunky, so...
I think if you eat like a ham tonight, you'll be tipped over into... You've gone from chunky to fat.
Well, thanks for that.
This is some image. You wouldn't have to be a mulatto with long blonde hair, would you?
No, that's not...
Because that might be the worst image I can conjure up right now. All right, so in other words, you're not the most attractive girl, but here you were going to see Stuttering John with this guy and his girlfriend, and obviously you didn't have a boyfriend with you. You haven't had a boyfriend in quite some time.
No, that's not the case.
Oh, you've had boyfriends?
Oh, yeah.
All right, but they're losers, true?
Some of them were, like when I was younger, but... Anyways.
Do your farts stop traffic?
No.
Okay. So you say that you're with them, and this girl that is the girlfriend, what does she look like? Is she a heavy-set girl like yourself?
No. She's very petite, blonde. She's probably... Actually, she's really tiny.
Right.
She's really short.
What, about 5'1"?
I'd say, yeah.
What is she, 175 pounds?
No, I'd say I wouldn't say she's any more than 105.
105. So she's very thin.
Yeah.
She's probably a girl who could go to the beach in a thong and get away with it.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. And pretty face?
Oh, yes. She's cute.
Really cute.
Well, who would you say she looked like?
Irvin Johnson.
Come on. Actually, I really can't think of anyone. She just, I don't know.
Does she look like Sally Struthers?
No.
You know, I'm watching a new Sally Struthers commercial on TV, and I said, who would
What's she selling now?
I don't even know what
whining about now.
You can't even concentrate on what she's selling because you're in shock that that's the woman from All in the Family.
For comic relief.
No.
I couldn't understand how they kept saying this was, Michael should be so gaga over this.
Oh,
He's
she was
so
beautiful.
Lucky to have this girl.
No, beautiful.
Really?
Real knockout.
Dream
girl. And what's funny, when I watched that show, if you had said to me that one day Sally Struthers would be bigger in girth than Rob Reiner, I would have smacked you in your head and said you're insane.
He'd be a loser and he'd be successful.
Right.
No way.
You would say she's going to go on to being very successful, and he'll be some loser who'll keep talking about how I'm Carl Reiner's son, I can't live up to it. And look what happened. Just the opposite. Anyway, go ahead. You say this girl was very good looking?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, does she look like anyone famous?
No, not actually. Not at all. But she was cute, and...
So you were sitting around, and you ended up being in the house, and what happened?
Yeah, well, I was over there waiting for them to get ready and stuff.
And what was...
Because we were going to go someplace else. I don't know where.
And what was she wearing, this girl?
Well, she had just taken a bath, and she had changed into this new little black dress that she bought.
A little tiny black dress.
I was in the bathroom with her while she was doing her hair and her makeup.
So after she put on the black dress, she did her hair and makeup, and you were in the bathroom with her?
Yeah.
And why? Because
she knew, that I was attracted to her.
And you were attracted to her. I mean, you couldn't take your eyes off her, could you?
Basically, I couldn't.
And you probably
I was letting her know because I was feeling like a fool because I'd never done anything like this before.
But you probably felt stupid, too, because, after all, she's into guys, and she'll never go for anything with you, right? You were probably saying to yourself, and, you can probably...
Now, are you a lesbian?
No.
Sure.
No, I'm serious.
I think when you can't get guys, you become a lesbian.
See, this is my first experience, and I wanted to...
And what were you wearing, just out of curiosity?
Pardon?
What were you wearing as you're watching all this go on?
I'm wearing sweatpants, a T-shirt, and a flannel.
So you look like a real pig.
I look like a bum.
Right. So you're sitting there on the toilet, I assume.
No, I was sitting on the rim of the bathtub.
All right, you're sitting in the bathtub?
No, on the rim.
On the rim of the bathtub, and she's in a short little black mini dress.
Mm-hmm.
And what is she wearing on her feet?
She's just had nylons underneath, because I asked her, I said, should I have panties under that? And she's like... No, and I'm like, oh, don't do this to me.
No, you mean you told her that you're attracted to her?
Well, she knew.
How did she know?
Because her boyfriend talked to her about it.
Oh, so you're sitting on the rim of the tub, and she's, I guess, drying her hair.
Well, curling it.
Curling it, putting on the makeup.
Mm-hmm.
And you are sitting there on the tub, and you say to her, I'm really attracted to you?
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't say it in those words.
What did you say to her?
I asked her, I said, do you have any panties on under that? And she's like, no.
And you said, don't do that to me.
What?
And you said, don't do that to me.
Yeah, I mean, because I was like, whoa. And then we're talking later on after she got done. I had to leave the bathroom. I was just like, oh, man.
You were too turned on.
Right, exactly.
Right.
And so I was sitting in the other room with her boyfriend and stuff, and we were jamming out. He taught me how to play, like, a few basic drum tracks on the drum set and stuff.
Yeah.
And then she comes out, and I was like, whoa.
Because she looked so beautiful.
Oh, she looked very lovely.
And you said out loud, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Like Mr. Ed would say, whoa.
No, not like Mr. Ed would say.
I see. And so you said this out loud. You gasped from her beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened?
Well, and then they're still trying to figure out where they were going to go for the evening. And by this time, we're in the kitchen.
And you're getting your juices all worked up.
Well, kind of, but...
Yeah, and you figure you're never going to score with her because...
Oh, no, I didn't figure that. I had a good feeling about it.
Why?
Just because I was confident.
Okay.
Well, then the boyfriend was right there?
Well, he was in the other room.
So, in other words, you
gave me the okay.
Let me get this straight. So you asked her if she's wearing a bra, and you knew she wasn't. It was obvious.
No, I told her. I said, well, I know you're not wearing
a bra. And then right away you ask if you can fondle her. And,
right.
And what does she say to you?
It's like, okay.
She says, okay. So immediately do you kiss or you start fondling?
Well...
You went to second base before first base.
Well, we had kissed previously to that.
Now, what do you mean you had kissed previously to that? How did that happen?
How in the heck would she find out that I was like that if we had, you know what I'm saying?
Well, when did you kiss her?
Well, a few nights earlier.
Oh,
so that's irrelevant.
That's not irrelevant. That's a major thing. You mean
We're trying to keep track of the bases.
Up until the kiss, she didn't know you were interested in her?
Well, that's true, but that happened a few
How did you end up kissing her? Where did you do that?
Actually, at a bar that we go to.
You were sitting there talking to her, and then you professed your love for her?
I didn't know.
What did you say to her? How could you leave that out of the story?
Well...
You're a terrible storyteller.
Okay, this is what happened, okay? Okay, a few days prior to this,
Oh, you ruined everything.
No, my buddy's sister and her...
All right, I got to go. I'm annoyed with you.
Oh, you don't want to hear about
that? No, because you know what it is?
Scored.
All right. So you were at the bar. The boyfriend wasn't there this time.
Well, he was. And his girlfriend was there, and so was she, and who was also friends with his sister.
Now, who is it?
Wait a minute.
His sister and his girlfriend were friends.
Listen to me. I don't know what you're talking about now. Now there's 3 girls involved. Or 2 girls. Now he's there with
his
who? His
girlfriend and his girlfriend.
You know what? Who cares? I feel like Chuck Woolery from hell.
Well, anyways, do you want to hear about what happened?
That night she was at the bar. Was she dressed all foxed up?
Oh, yes.
And she had no idea you were interested in girls up until that point.
She did.
She did? Now, how are you telling me that?
He had told her.
When you kissed her?
No, well, she knew before that.
Oh, shut up. She wrecked the whole thing when she told us she was a pig. I got news for you. I was out of there already.
Disinterest.
Yeah, who cares?
I mean, dressed in sweatpants, a T-shirt, and flannel?
Some big fat slob can't get laid, so she turns to a woman. I got to hear that and ruin my Friday? Nut job. Hey, listen, never mind her. Let me get on to something more important. I just wasted my life with her. I'm much too busy to be worrying about that.
Let me ask you something.
What?
If the other girl had called in...
That would have been good. I want to hear it from the mouth of her. 135 pounds, 5'3".
In sweatpants.
Yeah. Big fatso. At least if she was like 5'7", 5'8", I could deal with it with a D cup. Figure most of the poundage is going through her chest. Sitting here, lesbian experiences from a woman who's more like a guy than I am.
Well, that's what I was thinking when she was standing, describing herself in the bathroom. I said, oh, so you look like a guy.
Yeah. I tell you something. She's flatter than me. cups. And the only reason she's probably an A, half of that is fat. Can I cup your chest? To hear that. Nonsense. Can I cup your chest? For goodness sake. Hey, anyway. We're going to Cleveland. Right now, it looks like we're going to be making stops all over Cleveland in our tour bus, and then we're going to end up at the Flats. I'm going to try and ask America to join us in Cleveland if they'll do the Baba Booey song parody. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be great. Oh, what a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, that would be good. Imagine they came out and sang that song. Crowd would go nuts. We'll be in the Flats, whatever the hell that is. I think they're referring to that girl's chest was just on the phone. But we'll be there, and then also, before we end up at the Flats, we'll be holding a press conference at 6 in the morning. Between 7 and 9, we're going to be driving around to different places. I've already got a stack of awards I'm receiving when I go to Cleveland. I'll be meeting with all kinds of businessmen, Republicans, Democrats, all kind of people, Robin. And then when we get to the Flats, we'll be making big speeches and all that kind of stuff, and entertainment. Elephant Boy's going to get up and speak, Kenneth Keith, a lot of different people from the show. Maybe America will play. I've contacted Meatloaf. Trying to get him over there, be a big shindig, big party in Cleveland. Yeah. And one of the stops we'll be making, unless somebody comes up with something better, some girl wrote me a letter so she can have a whole bunch of her friends in bikinis giving us rub-downs and giving us
a lingerie chatoir.
Then some other girl wrote us, hey, Baba Booey, where's that letter? Some other girl wrote us from Cleveland. Where is that nitwit?
It's 2 sets, right?
Monkey.
There's one girl who makes lingerie and one that has a masseuse class. That's 2 different.
Yeah, the massage class. She wants a chance to talk to her. She says, I didn't want to go to some girl who just came out of massage school because that sounds too much like a clinical person in a white outfit.
Yeah.
Timid.
Which letter did you need, Howard?
From the masseuse.
Right.
The massage class.
That's it.
Dear Howard, this letter is from the girls who want to massage you and your crew. I just want you to know that this would be a non-professional basis, no white pants. Also, there are 6 girls ready and willing to manipulate your tissues, so you can have 2 girls working on your body at one time.
Your tissues?
What's tissues?
I think she means your body tissue. I
hope so.
Not those other tissues.
Because I use tissues when I do that.
Who's holding the tissues?
Yeah. I mean, some girl actually hold the tissues?
She's actually saying she wants to hold that?
Yeah. I think she just wants to hold the tissue.
That's what I'm saying.
In case I have an accident.
Hold the tissue?
If I have an accident during the massage, I think one of the girls will hold the tissue. Unheard of. That's a new angle to me. We know for sure that you'll enjoy every second of your full body massage from head to toe. The best time to reach this woman is between 6 and 6:30 every day, or Fridays from 6 to 7:30. Oh, I see. We can't reach them now. Well, why don't we call them on Monday?
Okay.
Because we got to, yeah. We haven't heard from that many places in Cleveland.
Do you want to hear what's going to happen when we do the actual funeral?
No.
Okay.
I want to hear that on Monday.
Monkey. What does that have to do with anything, Fred?
How'd you like that song?
I loved it.
It was about you. You should be complimented. That was America singing about you.
Papa Polha. That sold 20 million records singing to me. Almost like I was in the front row.
That's right.
My family's so proud.
See if you can get them to come to Cleveland.
Yeah, I just looked at their schedule. They're in Wyoming, but I'm going to try to get them to come.
Wyoming, please. When you can be in Cleveland, why would you want to be in Wyoming? Yeah. All right, we'll take a break, and we'll be back right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
You're damn right. All right. A little tape of Stuttering John. His stutter from yesterday.
Oh, I wondered what that was.
That's great.
He just runs out of gas.
Yeah. I was just listening to America doing The Boy with Horse Teeth again. I was having a good laugh.
Enjoying it?
Yeah, enjoying it. Enjoying Jackie laughing at everything in the background, too. He loves to laugh at Gary's teeth. Him more than anyone.
It's funny.
And that's what makes the song so harsh. Because while I was in here listening, Gary walked in, and it's not that America is singing about Gary's teeth. It's Jackie laughing at America, singing.
It's a little twist of the knife.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't help when you hear a guy go. the whole time.
There were some moments, though, you couldn't help but laugh.
Right, I know. I don't blame him.
Robin was chuckling.
Yeah.
Everyone was.
I had to...
I even laughed.
Suppress. There were some I couldn't, though.
I have so many letters I wanted to read you on the air, and I know you're going to tell me wait till Monday. There's a hate letter regarding you, Robin. There's a guy who got beat up reading my book that I thought was interesting.
Oh.
There's a Jackie hate letter, vicious letter.
Oh.
I wrote it.
Hope you were in good form.
Yeah. Here's hate letter to me. There's a great article I've been toting around for 3 weeks about how France is trying to change their role in World War II. They're trying to convince everyone that they were heroes.
Yeah, having big celebrations and everything.
Yeah, oh yeah. Biggest cowards on the planet.
All of a sudden, they have discovered a resistance. It was going on somewhere.
There's a girl who wants to date Fred. It's funny. She's really in love with Fred.
Well, doesn't she know Fred is taken?
Well, she feels he's really not because he's not officially married.
Ah.
I'm carrying around in my bag endless articles about me running for governor, and I don't know. I just never get to read them on the air. I don't know why. Maybe I just shouldn't.
I did read that piece yesterday from what's his name?
William F. Buckley.
And it doesn't draw any conclusions. He just goes on and on and on and says nothing.
Yeah. He's a big blowhard.
As he is wont to do.
Yeah. He just didn't say anything. He didn't say he hated me. He didn't say he liked me. He didn't say my candidacy was good. He didn't say it was bad. He didn't say anything.
And I wonder if that was the entire article.
I'll give you an article that someone else wrote, and basically his article is re-quoting what this other guy said.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not even his original thought.
It's not even his original thought. William F. Buckley, Jr. All that drivel and big words, you got to say something that means something to people. You got to inspire people when you talk, either to act one way or another or have an opinion. You just can't use big words and call quits. He's a big goof. He is the best advertisement for not learning big words. Because big words get you into trouble. You get caught up in the big words and you don't say anything.
Yeah, he's like a deep voice guy who forgets what he's saying because he's listening so closely to the sound, the tones he's making.
Thinking about how can I use a big word as opposed to what he's going to say. Here's a hate letter addressed to Mary Delabate, but it's really a Gary hate letter about the baby coming up, and it's wonderful, a letter to read on the air. Here's, I just carry all this stuff around. Here's two sisters from Cleveland got their belly buttons pierced because of me.
That's funny.
Beautiful girls. They sent me pictures. They're going to be in Cleveland to come see us.
People are mutilating themselves because of it?
No, that's a very sexy thing for girls to do. Look at this, Jackie. Here's the two girls with their belly buttons pierced. They're preparing themselves for our big Cleveland trip.
Would you like your daughters to get belly buttons?
I knew you were going to ask that. No, I would not.
I just wondered.
No, I don't want them to have that.
You don't want them to have that?
No, I don't want anything that makes them look sexy.
Oh.
Because men are dogs and they don't deserve anything.
Oh, no.
Please, leave my daughters out of every discussion.
I just wonder sometimes how you're,
No, I don't want them to have belly button rings.
I'm just gauging what's going on.
Here's a letter John Tesh sent me. Basically, the letter is not that interesting. It was just, saying hello, but he sends a promotional piece of material.
Which is?
On his record. He has this CD, the John Tesh from Entertainment Tonight, and he goes, John Tesh Project, Sax by the Fire is selling out. Tower Records, Carl Place, sold out. Tower Records, Portland, heavy sales. Tower, San Francisco, top 15. Could he really be, is this the truth?
I don't know.
This album is on fire. Then he sends you Billboard. Coming in at number 7, the John Tesh product, Sax by the Fire. I mean...
Wait a minute, Howard.
What?
When they say sold out, they mean sold out of the store. If you owned a record store in Long Island, how many John Tesh CDs would you order?
Yeah, well, maybe they got delivery of 2.
Yeah,
and
sold them all.
Yeah, sold them all.
Could be misleading.
Don't you think it's a little pretentious, though, to pack a store with 2 records, sell them, and then say you sold out?
Yeah.
All right.
He's trying to generate some heat.
All right. I know Jackie does that all the time, so I'm not going to really say anything.
That's why he knows so well what's going on.
Absolutely. Selling into the dozens.
I got a whole packet of stuff that Reverend Wildman is still sending out stuff asking his constituents, if you want to call him that. Reverend Wildman's that guy who runs around and says he's going to clean up television, so you should send him a contribution.
Yeah, have you noticed all the changes?
Yeah, television's really changing.
So send some more money.
So he sends out a packet. Someone was good enough to send it to me. and say, and they said, have you seen this? It's Americans for Responsible Television. And the front of the packet says, this is when it's mailed to you. There's a big black letters, you'll see. It says, Jail Howard Stern.
Really?
Yeah, there you see.
Jeez.
Jail Howard Stern. Your signature on the enclosed petition could help me put Howard Stern in jail.
How?
The petition is addressed to U.S. Attorney General Janet Reno, our nation's highest law enforcement official. And it urges her to enforce the law and get America's most obscene radio DJ off the air. How bad is Howard Stern? Here's the examples.
Okay.
One day on the show, Stern instructed a Dallas listener to take off her clothes and sit on her stereo speaker. For the next several minutes, nothing was heard but Stern's low humming to make the speaker vibrate, and the listener groaned. That's pretty wild. Well, listen, I should be in jail for that. This guy must know. He's a reverend. I'm sure he has a lot of theological training. Number 2. To go beyond his own depths of tastelessness, Stern used another show to strip off his clothes for an erotic massage.
Yeah.
While completely naked, a woman straddled Howard's chest to rub his shoulders. As she did this, Stern urged her to tell us the story about the time you had 2 guys. Then, what has to be classified as the worst thing? He sold the Brooklyn Bridge to his own producer.
Oh!
Gary Delabouille.
Now that is criminal.
Then it says in the letter, perhaps his own words, when speaking about his show syndication to the West Coast, quote, Los Angeles is filled with homosexuals, deviants, and child molesters. I should do very well. Furnace Radio's most sexist, bigoted, blasphemous, and cruel DJ. Even by his own admission, he is vile. Even New York media critics complain that they can't print what Stern says on the radio. And yet, to satisfy their own greed, Stern and his employer, Infinity Broadcasting, continue to broadcast such filth. He's broadcasting his radio show to millions of young people. The young people. I got a 25 to 54-year-old audience.
Well, young people, 25.
Thousands of whom, and the number is growing, are forming cult-like fan clubs all across the country. Now I'm a cult, so it's like I'm bringing them into Satan's web. To stop them, I urge you to sign the enclosed petition to the Attorney General. He hasn't hit you up for money yet. You know, this is all very noble.
Well,
right
as
now.
Bill Kennison said earlier, first you rouse them,
right,
and then you go for the kill.
Let's see that. It goes on for pages and pages. Stern's broadcasts are illegal. And with your past support and the support of fellow ART members, what is ART? Americans for Responsible Television. Can you imagine ART?
Art.
And we have helped persuade the Federal Communications Commission to hit Infinity with fines totaling $1,200,000. This is an old letter. We're already up to 1.8, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
So he keeps talking about the petition. You got to sign the petition. He says even putting Howard Stern in jail, even for a few days,
would make an impact.
Yeah, it's no big deal, of course. But meanwhile, to me, it's a big deal. I don't want to be in jail for a few days.
But what are you going to be arrested for? What have you done?
They don't know. Well, because I got a massage on the air and they go rub my shoulder.
Is this criminal?
Yeah, of course. Putting Howard Stern in jail will show these copycat DJs across the country that they can't profit from polluting our public airwaves. I just want to meet the idiots who actually send in money after they read this drivel. Now, don't misunderstand me, it says. I support Stern's First Amendment rights as much as anyone. But, yeah, as much as anyone. I think I can find a few more people that support him a little bit more than you. Yeah. But obscenity and indecency are not protected by the First Amendment. Any more than someone's right to yell fire in a crowded theater.
Oh,
okay.
Same thing, getting a massage on the air.
Yeah. Me getting a massage on the air would be pretty much tantamount to getting...
causes people to stampede and hurt themselves.
But let's face facts. Sex and raunchiness sell. And offensive programs like Stern's maintain large audiences, especially among our impressionable young people.
The young people again.
Now, here's the pitch. Your contribution of $10, $15, or even $20, or even. You know, like that's a little bit amount of money.
So you know who he's going after.
Well, help me mobilize the grassroots for idiots. Toothless idiots who have to, like...
No, if they put together $20, that's a lot.
You think you can get together $20?
You numbskull.
Right now, Infinity Broadcasting's goal is to broadcast Stern Show in Bryn Athyn and every other radio market in America.
You're trying to get that market, Bryn Athyn?
I never heard of it until this. What? Well, I guess this guy lives in Bryn Athyn who sent me the, they plug in the name of the town.
I see. Bryn Athyn.
Make it seem like it's a personal letter.
I don't even know if they have radio stations.
Oh, wait a second. This is from Terry Ricolta. This isn't even from Wildman. This is Terry Ricolta's organization. Gary wrote down Reverend Wildman is still sending out literature for you.
Well, that's our Gary.
Yeah. He doesn't really read too closely because he's in a rush to get out so he can go to Joey Ramone's party.
Monkey.
Hello?
Well, he goes to different things every night, so he has to read through the mail very quickly.
I see.
And give me the wrong information.
Monkey.
What are his little summaries on the front of the correspondence say? This is a letter?
Yeah, he says, Reverend Wildman is still sending out literature regarding you. And then, of course, it's from Terry Ricolta. He has a full plate. In his head. Yeah. I'm sorry, what is that? I don't want to miss it. What was it?
You can kiss my giant white ass.
Why?
Ooh.
Robin, why is she constantly...
She asked what...
Did Robin just say, what does Gary write? This is a letter?
More or less, that's what you do right, don't you?
That's not true.
And then this time you wrote, this is a letter from Donald Wildman, and you got that wrong.
So
first of all, don't Wildman and Terry Ricolta work in conjunction with each other?
No.
They don't.
No.
Never.
No.
Never. They've never done anything together.
But that's still wrong. Let's say they did something together. This is a letter from Terry Ricolta. It says Terry Ricolta, director.
Okay, I was wrong.
See, Gary, you should have stuck with this is a letter. When you get into detail, you get screwed up.
Yeah, why don't you just write, this is a letter?
Did you have a book to go write, Robin? I was just sitting home last night thinking, Robin mentioned something on the air yesterday that made me very nervous.
What?
Oh, I was just working on the chapter about Gary. and then I got home and I go, how could there be a chapter with me in it?
Yeah. How could that happen?
I didn't say it was a whole chapter.
Hey, you got the name of the band right today, America. You were right about that. Don't feel bad. You did good. Anyway, and then it says, P.S. Attorney General Janet Reno's public statements show she supports our fight to clean up our public airwaves. But this is the first time we've petitioned the Attorney General. Yeah, knowing our Attorney General, she'll go after me, but she won't go after the guy who killed those Jews in Crown
he'll
Heights.
probably get shot when she comes after him.
Yeah.
It'll be a massacre.
Use the pre-addressed envelope I've enclosed to rush your petition and contribution of 10, 15, 20 or more back to me today. You rush. You just rush out and do that. Then she has 12 reasons why Howard Stern must be stopped.
What are they?
Okay. She claims that a guy called my show and said that big fat pig, then they used the C word, called in after you did. The C word for a woman's private part.
You would never do that.
No, this is slander. November 16th, 1992, Howard Stern talking about Steve Dahl. Screw him, you fat whore. She thinks that's bad. You can't say that, I guess. And that was, I don't know, she goes through different things.
Oh, it's not like because he does this or because he says that.
No.
It's not like a top 10 list from Letterman.
No. No, it's not as good as that. It's not even that creative. But she gets, I mean, this Terry Ricolta is evidently a wealthy woman. Her husband's some kind of big auto executive. I'd like to find out what auto company he works for so I can boycott that one, get my listeners to stop buying those cars. I'd like to find that out. Although I don't think they need the money anymore. All the suckers are busy sending him 10, 15, and 20. She evidently gets pretty big contributions.
But she has to get a lot of contributions because they're coming in dribs and drabs, the dollars.
Right. And why do you need dollars to petition Janet Reno? Why can't you just have
sit
people
on
sign?
the street with a table and chair and get people to sign?
Yeah, why wouldn't you do that? Why do you need money for that?
See, the rubes don't think that far.
I see. Let's take a break. We'll do some news for you, take some phone calls, and basically then call it a week. But first, these words. No. I'm feeling bad about announcing that whole...
Oh, you still?
Yeah, I'm realizing I shouldn't have done it.
Oh, why is it?
Because I was going to make a whole big announcement about it. I could handle it a different way.
You're going to have a press conference or something?
Yeah, something. I mean, not maybe a press conference, but I shouldn't have done it.
With a great deal more fanfare.
Yeah, I got carried away because I saw
Rolling it out
Bill
in a different way.
And Bill and I were like choking on every word, dying to announce it. And I wanted to tell you. I got excited about it. And I said something, and because that's how I am. I'm a jerk. And that's my problem. I jump. I love making announcements. I am one of these guys. Like, I wanted to sign that Fox television deal just to make the announcement.
Yeah.
And I said, wait a second.
I thought that was probably awfully hard for you to do.
It was. And I love the announcement. And then 2 days later, after I make the announcement, and I got my rocks off making the announcement, and I go...
You realize now you got work.
Now I got to actually work. And I'm going to have no life. That's the stupidity that is me. It's like... I go, I want to make an announcement. I want to announce that I'm going up against Letterman and Leno, and I want to see all the articles, and I want to see all the fanfare and all the hoopla and who predicts I'll fail and who will win. And I love reading about it. I love hearing it analyzed. I love seeing it on TV.
Yeah, watching all the press roll out.
Yeah. And then it's like, I got to devote the next 5 years of my life to this. Oops. So for once I was real smart. I went, Think about the reality of doing this and what your life's going to be. You're going to get off the radio. You're going to run over to a studio for hours yelling and screaming at everyone. And you're going to get home at 5 or 6 o'clock at night. And by 2 weeks in, you're going to be completely ruined, exhausted. You're going to have meet with 1 million of their clients, 1 million of other clients on the radio, 1 million of the TV show clients. You know what I mean? Think about the reality of doing a television show that'll air at 11:30, and then they're saying to you, well, we'd like to tape it as close to live as possible, so 5:30 or 6:30 at night, you could get an apartment in the city and fall asleep in the afternoon.
Oh, then you'll never see your family.
Yeah, never see your family. Yeah, well, you know, hey, you want family or you want a career? And I'm like, well, I sort of have a career already. I don't necessarily...
You got a family, so...
Yeah, so... I was very proud of myself that I turned it down.
That was surprising to me.
Yeah, it was hard to me, too. I mean, it's something I really wanted to do.
You know, I understand your considerations, but you've never...
Well, then I went... Well, then all of a sudden Hollywood started courting me about the movie.
Yeah, but I thought it would be so tempting that you try to do everything.
Yeah, and I was smart and didn't.
Yeah.
But it was real kind of weird for a while because... Remember after we did the pay-per-view special, everyone was writing all these articles about how Hollywood has now rejected me.
Right. First, Hollywood was after you.
In 2 days, it all changed. Hollywood was after me, and then it was really funny. In reality, none of the offers went away.
Uh-huh.
I had turned down the Fox thing. And in reality, I still had... I didn't want to make a deal with Paramount on my movie because the deal sucked. It was like... It was ridiculous. With no guarantee of making the movie or anything. So it was almost as good as not having a movie deal. So I said no. So all of a sudden all these articles appeared that I'm not box office poison, that no one could work with me, that I would be terrible. They all agreed that I could bring in bodies, and we had just grossed $27 million, 16 million people had watched the pay-per-view special, something like that, something outrageous, whatever it was.
Uh-huh.
And half of China was tuned in. And then I kept reading these articles about myself. I got to bring in one of these articles about how now I'm a failure and that my career was over. And now here, all in 1 week, I'm announcing a TV show and a movie deal. But it's really weird having to live through the reality of reading that about yourself in the paper, and you want to go, wait a second. I got all this going on. Why are you writing this? But they write whatever they want anyway.
Yeah, they have to make news. They have to keep filling up magazines.
Yeah, it's real weird.
Columns.
And people were sad for me. I was like, well, what are you sad about? I'm going to still do a movie now. Oh, yes. Sure. Sure you will. Sure you'll do a movie. Sure you'll have a TV show. Sure.
I was having a conversation with one of your favorite people one day, and I won't name names. But, they said, well, is Howard going to be able to handle this decline?
Who said that? I got to know.
I'm not going to...
Tom Chisano or Jackie?
No.
Yeah, and it was really weird.
Yeah, people were actually wondering how you were going to take it.
Yeah. and I'm going around town going, I'm not failing. I'm going to be making a movie. I'm in conversation right now.
I didn't even know what was going on, but I just said, you people don't even know what he's capable of. Leave me alone.
It was really weird, too, because here I had a #1 best-selling book. We had just come off the #1 pay-per-view event in history. And 2 days later, you're reading about that you're over in Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, even when you were at a book signing with 10,000 people clogging the streets of Manhattan, people were asking the question, well, what do you do now that it's going to go away?
Yeah. I was like, because everyone wants this to go away.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason they all want to be able to say, I'm gone. And this will be the biggest year of my career.
But I keep trying to tell them, I just watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird.
Watch.
Sit back and watch.
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
Yeah, well, that's why I was going crazy on vacation, because after the pay-per-view, we went away for 2 weeks, and all these articles were coming out, how I sucked. And I'm sitting there reading them, I'm going, these stupid bastards. I'm in the middle of negotiating a movie deal and a television deal and everything else. What is this? And you should see these articles, because I was reading them last night. According to industry insiders, who won't give their names,
oh, yeah, they had quotes about, the Fox people who were saying, oh, yeah, we can't work with him.
Oh, and the best quote was from the guy from New Line Cinema who, this guy tried to sign me for so long, and I wouldn't give in on this merchandising thing. I wasn't going to have Howard Stern dolls running around town, and I wasn't going to guarantee that the movie was going to PG, because I hadn't written the damn thing yet. I didn't know it was going to be R or PG, and I wouldn't guarantee it. So they're interviewing him. Oh, yes, well, we wish Howard the best, but we couldn't come to a conclusion with him, which in Hollywood speak means we don't want him.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, New Line Cinema, name one movie since Ninja Turtles and Freddy Krueger that they've had that even been a remote hit. It sure wasn't 8 seconds. New Line is old. I mean, you know what amazed me about them? If I had made the movie Fart Man for New Line Cinema the way I wanted to, I guarantee you the first weekend of that movie. Now, picture this. The summer movies are being released. That movie would have been coming out about now. You name one movie that would beat Fart Man at the box office. The first 3 seconds of the movie were so exciting. I'm telling you, it would have been the most talked about movie. I saw the trailer and everything. I'm telling you, it would have been the biggest movie of this summer. Fart Man. And you go over the movies that New Line is releasing this summer.
I'm not excited about seeing anything that they've got on board.
Yep. New Line has nothing coming up. They have absolutely nothing. What did I read? They just signed, I was reading an article. Jason Patric. You know who he is?
Yeah.
Who is Jason Patric?
That's the, now you're going to tax my memory. I know that.
Jason Patric is a young actor, guy who was dating Julia Roberts.
Right. That's the guy who's Jackie Gleason's nephew or grandson or something like that.
I was reading an article. Jason Patric has a movie coming out, and then he's followed up by, he's already signed to do his second movie after that, so he's very busy, and they're paying him all kinds of money, and I went, who is excited about a Jason Patric movie? I mean, who? Who is excited about it? Why is Hollywood heaping...
They don't know what to do.
...cash on this guy? Not that he's bad or anything. It's just like, what are they... In other words, what is it that they think he's going to accomplish in terms of drawing people into a seat in a movie theater? Nothing.
Unless he's got a good script.
Right. That was what was so weird. And like, I see New Line, what they're pumping money into. And so I saw the schedule of what they've got coming up.
Well, I quite frankly can't think of a New Line Cinema film.
I said, why wouldn't you take a couple of bucks, pump it into my film? So you want to just even if it's a sucky film, you're going to get people coming into the theater. Why wouldn't you? I mean, if you're taking a risk on all these other guys.
Money.
Yeah, just to get the money. Do it for the money. You're doing everything else for no money, losing money.
What did they put out lately?
Name a movie.
I'm trying to think. I can't think of it.
They don't have one big hit. They distribute movies, but they don't have any big hits on their own.
I see that Fine Line moniker a lot, but they ain't making no money.
No, please. You take all the money they pumped this year into Fine Line, and you just would have taken $8 million and put it into my film. So that's why I threw my hands up, walked away from them, and said, these guys are disasters. And I wanted to do business with them solely because they were in New York. I figured it'd be easier to deal with the executives here in New York rather than have them all the way on the West Coast. But you know what? I'm dealing with an executive out of the West Coast. I get along with this guy great.
Since they created the phone and the computer.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And whenever we need to meet, like we're meeting today, we just go and meet. It's no big deal. So, I don't know. It was kind of weird reading those articles and junk about how I suck and I'd be a big failure now. And I just wonder. It's really difficult to deal with.
Well, I can imagine when you're reading things that aren't true.
Yeah.
You want to come out and correct them.
Yeah, it's real weird. And you know, how do you correct me? You go, no, I have a movie coming out.
And it's
they're
impossible.
like, yeah, and you can't announce anything because you don't have a deal signed, but you're in the middle of it.
Swimming upstream.
Yeah. It was real weird. It's real hard sometimes because you know, they're making you look like a jackass in front of the whole world. And even though you are one, you don't want to look like one.
Not their kind of jackass. You like to be a jackass in your own terms.
Exactly. That's it. So that's that. That's the way it is. I should bring that article in. You'll get a kick out of it. You would really have a good laugh. Because it's just even weird. Like, Claudia Puig wrote an article about...
Well, I was going to talk to you about that today. Did you see Claudia's article?
Claudia wrote a really nice article, I thought. It was a very good article about what it's like for a journalist to interview me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it came out in the Los Angeles Times, and the headline was like, you know, a journalist's experience with Howard or something like that. And it was basically a fine article. So the New York Post bought Claudia's article, reprinted it verbatim, and they put a huge headline on it called Howard the Hog.
Yeah.
Now, what Howard the Hog has to do with this article?
I didn't understand. You know, I saw your picture there, Howard the Hog, and I was like, what?
Then I was like, I wonder what I did. But it's Claudia's exact article, and aside from the headline, which Claudia didn't write, the New York Post tried to make this look negative. Howard the Hog.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
They wouldn't be allowed to change the copy in the article, would they?
No.
I don't think so.
How
they could
can
probably
change
edit
the title.
I don't know, but you see, yes, because
so misleading.
the writer doesn't get to choose the title. The newspaper gets to choose the title of the article. The big thing in bold. It says this huge thing, Howard the Hog. And then they write, reporter can't get a word in edgewise during interview with Stern on his radio show. Now, this had nothing to do with Claudia's article. You know, she was talking about what a weird experience it is, and I thought it was kind of an entertaining article, quite frankly.
I thought it was, you know, quite funny.
Yeah. But it just, the Post took it and tried to make it look real negative.
I was enjoying the story, but I didn't understand the Howard the Hog slug line.
Yeah, it was weird. Howard the Hog slug.
Slug in the mouth.
Anyway, let's do some news. Let me take a break. We'll do some news.
All right.
All right.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
About to start the news, Robin. Before we do, let me just thank the Chief Operating Officer of the Ramada Inn, Stephen Belmonte, for writing that beautiful letter to the FCC on my behalf. I didn't know he was doing it. He just carbon copied me. Very nice. Very nice, Steve. It won't do any good, but thanks. Thanks for the thought. I appreciate it. I would have rather had an offer for any room I need at half price, but all right, I'll take this. Isn't that right, Robin?
If that's all you can get.
If that's what I can get. That would serve me better. Robin, what's in the news?
Well, I thought you might like to hear this. Up in Syracuse, a local radio personality was charged on Wednesday night with offering an undercover police officer money for sex.
You're kidding. A guy on the radio has to offer money for sex. I guess in Syracuse it's not such a big deal to be on the radio.
Don Corlett, known as the Fat Man.
The Fat Man? The Fat Man.
Yeah, he's on WAQX-FM 95X.
Is that our station?
I hope not.
What station are we on?
Are we in Syracuse?
Oh.
I don't think so. We're in
No.
Rochester, Buffalo, and Albany.
Isn't that Syracuse? Somehow? Doesn't that all mix together?
No.
WAQX.
Maybe they'll be looking for us now.
All right, so the Fat Man on WAQ. Yeah, maybe they need us now that the Fat Man's gone.
Of offering Officer Don Villa $22 to perform oral sex.
Officer Don Villa, like he offered another guy?
No, Dawn.
Oh, Dawn. Oh, I thought it was a better story than it was.
As they struck the deal, Corlett unzipped his pants and exposed himself to the officer.
Hello, Frisco.
Villa was posing as a hooker in a parking lot.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting work. Capturing DJs who want sex. That is kind of nutty. When are we going to legalize prostitution? I mean, come on. What's the point in going after the guy? What are they going to do to him? Lock him up for 20 years?
They were doing one of those sting operations. I just always find it funny when they get a DJ.
Who's the victim in this?
Me, I'm the victim.
No, the listeners. They don't get to hear the Fat Man show.
No, he was back on the air doing the big show with his co-host, Dave Combs.
Combs and the Fat Man with you. Just been arrested for a little sodomy with a police officer.
I'm sure he's doing one of those ribald, wacky takeoffs on this show where they're always honest, but he refused to comment on this when he got back on the air.
We're always honest, but today we're not going to be so honest with you.
And open.
Yeah, best we're not open.
We're going to close today.
Yeah, Howard wouldn't even be open about this.
Howard never handled the subject. We don't know how to do it.
The Fat Man doing his version of my show somewhere in Syracuse. Hey, Fat Man, your fly is open. Yeah, I had a little sodomy today from a police officer. With you? Well, good for him. I guess when you're the Fat Man, it's hard to get chicks.
Even as the Fat Man on radio.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, well. This is an example of why government is bad.
Yeah.
I'm reading here that they're going to study teen moms.
Teenage mothers?
Yes.
Yeah.
They got to study them. Because, Howard, low-income families begun by teenage mothers receive $34 billion a year.
All right.
In health and welfare benefits.
So would you say then it's an occupation to have children when you're a teenager?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you suggest the government should be in the business of sewing up these young girls' vaginas rather than sterilizing
I was
them?
thinking something a little less drastic.
Well, sometimes you got to think big, Robin. That's why I'm going to be the next governor of New York.
Well, I'm looking, and Joycelyn Elders, who is the Surgeon General, she said in testimony before Congress last week that about 1 million teenagers a year get pregnant, and about half of them give birth.
Put birth control in the water.
If you gave 500,000 teenagers $1 million each and said, go away, it would cost less than supporting them forever.
Wow. You're kidding. Wow. You're kidding. Wow. You're kidding. Wow.
That would be $500 million a year as opposed to $34 billion.
Good math, Robin. Wow. Joycelyn Elder. What, is she a black woman?
Yes.
Where'd they come up with the name Joycelyn? Isn't it Jocelyn? Joycelyn. Black people are always doing that with regular names. It's not right. I got a problem with that whole story. I can't even concentrate on the real problem.
Right, you're stuck on her name.
Joycelyn. Now, what happens? Do you think the black people intentionally set out to, screw with the name, or they just spell it wrong?
I don't know. I'm not there when they're naming, Howard.
Well, why don't you do a survey?
No, you want me to study that?
Yeah. Instead of all these birth control statistics.
But doesn't that make you crazy when the government spends $34 billion on something?
I know.
Ridiculous.
I know what you're saying. I pay too much taxes for this kind of nonsense. Got to raise your kids right. No one's doing that, so we all have to pay for it.
No, we don't. That's just what we've decided to do. We could have decided to do something else. Like I said, give them $1 million.
No, but we all pay for it. That's the reality.
Go away. That's your $1 million. Go.
Oh, thanks for bringing my head down. What else you got there? Joycelyn. Joycelyn. Such weird names.
The president is over in Europe. He's on his way to that big D-Day celebration that's occurring in a couple of days.
D-Day.
Started off his tour in Rome.
Can you watch the president on TV next to the graves of servicemen knowing that he didn't serve?
Well, that's why before the trip, everyone was saying, this is going to be a real touchy PR situation for the president because here he is going over to celebrate the service of men who actually joined up or got drafted and served their country.
Yeah, I know. Even though like a lot of guys, listen, I don't blame them, man. I would have done the same thing. If I could have gotten off to England, I would have too.
But you were never going to consider running for president.
Yeah, no, I know I wasn't going to be president. I mean, I would have run off to Canada rather than serve in the Vietnam War, because by the time I was going to serve, everyone was dead sure that this was wrong.
Let me tell you something. You'd have probably run off in World War II.
Yeah. Even given a good reason to fight, I might run off. But definitely during the Vietnam War, because by the time I became draft age, it was almost toward the end, and it was like...
You got one of those low lotto numbers?
Oh, yeah, come on. Oh, please. I mean,
That's the lottery you win?
No, I wasn't even in by the time I was in the lottery, it didn't even count anymore. But the point is, I had already discussed with my family, I was getting the hell out of the country, because it's ridiculous when you knew that they were ending the war anyway. Nixon was trying to figure out a way to get out of it as we were speaking.
Why should you go over there and be a target?
Yeah, I'll be the last guy to get killed. Great. But it was real weird. I turned on the TV this morning, and you got Clinton in front of all these graves, Italians and Americans, all buried. And who's standing behind him? Bob Dole, who's got a gimpy hand from being in the war. You got Sununu, Inouye, whatever his name is, Inouye. He's missing an arm.
Yeah.
He's sitting there, his jacket is flapping because his arm is missing from the war. And you got Clinton sitting there, healthy as a horse.
Yeah, 2 limbs, perfectly working.
He's like, I feel your pain. It was like a weird photo op, because you're sitting there and you don't even want to think it, but you're thinking it anyway. You're going, wait a second.
Yeah.
There's 2 dudes that look like half their heads have been blown off. And there's a guy who's the president
who skipped out and was protesting the war from foreign soil.
Yeah, he was out because he had a hangnail. I have a hangnail. I can't go.
Ouch!
Ouch! I feel your pain. I feel my pain. I'm with you. It's kind of...
It is touchy.
It is touchy. It's a tough situation for him, but he looked the saddest out of everyone. He was really playing. He wouldn't even smile for a second. He had his head bowed.
Yeah, they say in speeches he's going to stress the service of his father.
Smart.
During the war, and try to stay away from anything he might have done.
My dad served. He was brave. But in reality, I don't blame that guy. I don't want to go to the Vietnam War, kill a bunch of guys that basically had no clue as to what we were up to. They didn't know from anything.
Would they have really sent him to the front line?
Oh, Clinton?
A Rhodes Scholar.
Yeah. Who knows? I doubt it.
He'd have had some desk job.
Right. Like Fred had.
But anyway, it's a very touchy situation all the way around. You always have considerations when you're dealing with the Clintons. Number one, I see a lot of the photo opportunities have Clinton standing next to a very gorgeous blonde woman. So anytime they can catch him next to a good-looking woman, they start snapping away. And the other thing that occurred was he went to see the Pope. The last time they had public remarks after he met with the Pope admonished him about his stand on abortion publicly. So this time they decided not to have any opportunity for interview or questioning after he spoke to the Pope. So, everything's always a mess with the Clintons. The mayor of Rome decided, he wanted to give them some gifts. He had some kind of statue or something he was going to give the president, and then he picked out this nice little watercolor for Hillary. And then he looked at it and said, oh, my God, that picture is called The Lovers. He says, I can't give that to Hillary. So then he's got to go and find another gift. So he wound up giving her a book of paintings instead of the watercolor he had intended.
Very beautiful.
So with the Clintons, you always have considerations. They're tough to work with.
Who was given the gift?
The mayor of Rome.
Yeah, you can't give him a painting called The Lovers?
No, because of everything going on with him and all those allegations. Might be construed in bad taste.
Well, it'd be, cool if you had a picture of a guy, The Lovers, and then you have the wife standing behind him. That would be a good painting.
Meanwhile, this weekend, a new Bob Woodward book called The Agenda Inside the Clinton White House.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a big deal.
Will be published.
The guy from Woodward and Bernstein did a whole bunch of undercover work.
Or released this week. And it starts in the campaign and goes through the opening days of the Clinton White House. And documents a lot of chaos. And it's kind of a scathing account of the turmoil and conflict that goes on in the Clinton White House. They say the president is often indecisive. And has these rash blow-ups that surprise people.
I have a rash. No, I don't.
No, you have rash blow-ups.
Rash blow-up.
And catch them off guard, surprise a lot of people what he blows up about. And that Hillary Clinton has a major role in running the government.
I have no problem with that.
She attends a great many of the very important meetings and found the chief of staff so inept that she sort of took over his job.
She's real bright. I have no problem with her being in control. As long as the right things get done.
Woodward again cites a number of unnamed sources, so when 60 Minutes decided to help him promote the book with the profile, they demanded to listen to his tapes to determine that everything he said happened in this book actually happened, and they are going with the profile, so the tapes must have bore out the material.
The presidency is always run by committee anyway. People are just upset when it's the guy's wife doing it.
Well, there's some rule about not hiring members of your family or something?
Yeah, well, Ronald Reagan had a whole committee running his thing. He was like a big puppet head. But it worked.
It wasn't Nancy, though.
No. If it had been Nancy, everyone would have been upset. Instead, it was like this guy, that guy, a million guys. And every presidency, the Bush, what do you think? Someone was working his head. You think that guy came up with one thing on his own?
Why didn't we elect Hillary? That's what I want to know.
Pain in the ass. So even JFK shared babes with his brother. His brother ran the government as well. Shared everything.
Pass her over.
Are you through with that?
Pass her. Don't bogart that girl, my friend. Pass her over to me.
Are you going to eat the rest of that?
I'll take that. Unfortunately, my brother didn't take half the bullet. I might have survived.
Tom Arnold says that Kim Silva is not pregnant.
Oh.
And if she is pregnant, it ain't by him.
It's me. It's me, Jackie the Joke Man. Yeah. I'm potent. I haven't made an appearance this morning yet.
Oh, yeah. He says, I don't know how she could be pregnant. She doesn't have a boyfriend.
I thought he was her boyfriend. Yeah.
He's claiming no. He's getting a divorce.
Right. Oh, I see. Tom Arnold. Be a rich man. Marry that fat pig. Oh, boy. Hoo-ha. Good move.
Roseanne, they say, is wandering around Italy, Liz Smith says in her column today.
Yeah. Can't understand what happened. I thought he loved me. Stop. He told all the talk show hosts he loved me. What happened?
He was willing to declare it in public.
He even put a tattoo of me on him. Boy, oh boy. The whole world knew.
You look at a little of her TV show, and as big and huge as John Goodman is, you can't buy him being married to her.
No.
It's worse than Florida and what's his face?
Yeah, right. Yeah, used to watch Florida and John Amos.
That you could buy that compared to this.
Yeah.
It's like, no way.
No, no man would marry Roseanne. You watch that TV show, you tell me what guy's going to sleep with her.
Oof.
Hoofa.
Hoofa.
Well, come on, Delta Burke has a husband.
Yeah, he married her when she was thin.
Right.
Believe me, he's still reeling from the shock.
He's hanging in there.
No, good for him. That's his problem.
That was some transformation.
You're not kidding. Imagine that. Well, that's like marrying Sally Struthers, and all of a sudden she blows up into a whale. Oh, that's the biggest burn. I always tell my wife, if you get real fat, I'm divorcing you. That's one thing I will not put up with, because it's just a matter of, I married a thin woman.
You should be able to write that in.
Yeah, you sure should. You should be able to get what you get.
You can do anything you want.
No, I cannot. I always watch my weight. Don't say that.
You have been very fat.
I would. Oh, come on. And listen, she's blown up a little too. But I'm talking about obese. Never was obese.
It's out of hand.
Yeah. That Roseanne is out of hand. So out of hand, you can't even recognize that it's her hand. It's like she is, and she's vile looking, and she is hard. She's hard on the eyes.
Well, with the hanging lip and.
Oh my God. Man, the voice and I mean, come on. What, she doesn't know? What, she thinks did Tom Arnold's attracted to her? What, this is such a shock? What
I'm having some plastic surgery.
We want to have a baby together.
I'm taking fertility drugs.
I got folds in my neck.
Oh.
I had the flap removed from my belly.
Didn't she have like liposuction?
I had a flap removed.
Yeah, I want everything perfectly round.
Everything hung down.
Yeah, that's attractive to a man. That's what a man wants. Oh, God.
Now I got multiple personalities.
But that Gavone, he married her. Good for him. I'm on his side.
And now he has an assistant. I just find that ludicrous.
An assistant?
Tom's personal assistant.
He needs a personal assistant. Yeah, Roseanne should have been suspicious. Hey, Rosie, I need a personal assistant. For what? All you do is hang off me. Personal assistant.
I'm my assistant.
Yeah, and she's like 19 years old. Yeah, you can't get a male personal assistant? No.
Normal sizes. Right.
Yeah. Get a young, attractive personal assistant.
What are you going to do? Rodney King held a press conference yesterday in Santa Ana, California.
I saw it on TV. I turned off the TV.
He still says that he feels that...
I refuse to let that guy on my TV. What do you think of that?
He's gotten the short end of the stick.
Yeah, oh, sure. He was a victim.
He did get the short end and the long end.
Yeah, he should have gotten it more.
That he's right about.
Jerk. Boy, are we jerks as a society. Boy, in Singapore, Rodney King wouldn't stand it. You think they'd give him a $3.8 million? He would have been caned for driving around drunk. He would have gotten a beating 10 times worse. This makes me sick.
They spoke to the one black juror on the panel, and they think they may have reason to appeal since no punitive damages were leveled on any of the police officers who were implicated in the beating. But this could be, hopefully, it'll be the end of Rodney King in court.
Yeah, just go off with your $3.8 million before we all come to our senses and take it back. I really wish some lawyer would sue him for $3.8 million.
Why don't you file suit?
What? Me? I don't live in Los Angeles.
Do you have to live in Los Angeles?
Yeah, well, the citizens of Los Angeles are the ones who paid the $3.8 million.
Jerry Seinfeld, I can see now why he feels so close to Shoshana. He graduated yesterday.
Yeah, I turned on the TV, I see Jerry Seinfeld with a cap and gown on. I said, boy, this guy's really doing a lot to make his girlfriend think he's in high school, too. He's walking around with that mortarboard.
Yeah.
And the big cap and gown.
Well, the mortarboard is the cap.
I mean, yeah, the gown, whatever.
And the tassel.
Tassel, he's putting it on and go, boy, what do you do? Go. Well, he misses her so much during the summer he's going to enroll in college?
This is why he can say, look, I just graduated. It's no big deal me dating a co-ed.
He's trying to convince the country it's okay to date a girl in college. I know, I'll look like a college student myself.
And giving Queens College a lot of credibility, giving a guy who tells jokes, just because he has a hit TV show,
they give him a
doctorate.
Yeah. Hey, Jackie just put out a CD. Why don't we make him a...
Where'd you go to school?
Let's give Jackie his master's. Yeah, he's a surgeon. Yeah, he's open for business. He does RK.
So I'm sure, they're giving out very good educations over there. I can see how they're very proud of what they've turned out.
Yeah, that's how you get someone to speak at your graduation. You give them an honorary doctorate. I'm still waiting to get mine.
And I'm sure the people who are graduating got a lot of words that they can use for their careers, the careers they're going to have from Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, I mean, do you really feel accomplished when your college gives you an honorary doctorate? I mean, you really can't use it anywhere, and everyone knows it's a goof.
But what kind of thing could Jerry Seinfeld tell a graduating senior from college about what they're going to face in life?
I tell them how to date. How to get girls.
Don't date seriously until you're 40 and have a TV show.
Right. If you date too young and get married, you'll miss out on the best part of your life. Once you're established, you can date all the girls you wanted in college. You couldn't get because you were too ugly.
I got Shoshana a serious gift for her birthday this year.
Yeah.
It was a serious piece of jewelry.
You think Shoshana would have looked at me if I was in college with her? No way. Jose.
I gave Shoshana a beeper.
Yeah. Why am I wearing a square hat? If I sit on this, will it stab me in the ass? Or what? I don't know. Why a square hat? Who gave me a square hat? It's square. Why do they call it a hat?
Oh, well, hats are around.
Why don't they call it a square hat? I'm wearing all black. I look like Judge Clarence Thomas. I don't know. It's Harvard Law School keeps asking me to come speak. I'm waiting until they give me a doctorate, make me an honorary lawyer.
There you go.
That's what I want to be. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a lawyer so I can steal from the rich.
They're going to make a movie based on the TV show now, Green Acres.
Oh, good. That's something I got to go see.
No cast or director has been set yet, but...
I can't wait till they come out with that Beverly Hillbillies movie.
Oh, it's been out already.
How'd I miss it?
Comedian Rita Rudner and her husband have been signed to write the adaptation.
Yeah, and she's a scream. She's really in touch with what makes people laugh. I heard they got Roseanne in that movie.
Who she's playing Arnold.
Right. And stuff. Yeah. And stuff. Roseanne. Roseanne and Tom are going to play. Yeah, what else, Robin?
A couple of movies opening today. The Cowboy Way with Woody Harrelson and Kiefer Sutherland getting bad reviews.
But he's got such a nice body, that Woody Harrelson.
He's so cute. Sexy.
I feel bad for him. His father's in prison. Oh, yeah, got bad reviews? Good. He was on too much of a role for Woody Harrelson. You know what I mean? It was like getting really disturbing that he was in all those hit movies.
I know. Of all the people to come out of Cheers,
yeah, and
it was surprising to find that he becomes the big movie star.
Yeah, that ain't right.
I would never have guessed that.
I'm with you.
But there's also something opening this weekend called Fear of a Black Hat, which is a spoof of the rap industry, rap music.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like a Spinal Tap for rap.
Yeah,
getting good reviews.
Isn't that guy from Saturday Night Live?
Which guy?
The black guy?
Chris Rock? No, that was CB4.
Oh, okay.
This is not Chris Rock. This is good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you might want to check that out. Anything else I want to tell you? Oh, the Danny DeVito movie that was directed by
Penny Marshall.
Penny Marshall, averaging about 2.5 stars.
Oh, good.
In the reviews today.
Good, because I'm sick of everyone just making the same movie. Nothing original coming out of Hollywood until my movie comes out, of course. Everyone thinks you just go get Danny DeVito, you get Penny Marshall to direct, and you got a hit. You just take one of these dumb scripts that's like every other stupid script.
They call that packaging. Huh?
Yeah, packaging. Screw packaging.
Bret Michaels of the rock group Poison lost control of his car and crashed into a telephone pole last week.
Good.
This sort of reminds me of a Gilbert situation, you know? Something happens to you and you think it's going to be big news.
Yeah, no one knew.
No,
Right.
but, I mean, this happened last week, and his manager had to call the paper.
Is that right? Hey, Brett's in the hospital. How's the car, though, Rob? All right, what else?
Criminal charges are pending, and Michaels is recovering at his home in Los Angeles. I don't know what that means. But they do say that he broke several bones in his body and cut his face. Going to be a fun time in Disney this weekend. I hope you're all going to be there. It's the start of Gay Pride Month.
At Disney?
Yes, the park is not sponsoring it.
Right. But a lot of gays
But they're not discouraging it either. But I guess they're having all the gays come down to Gay Day at Disney.
Yeah, that's very Disney-like. Yeah,
It's grown from an event of a few hundred people to expected crowds of about 12,000 to 20,000 people from around the world, according to the Gay Alliance, an Orlando, Florida gay and lesbian group. I guess they have a group among the theme park workers. So they've been promoting Gay Day.
Yeah, I heard the guy who's goofy is wearing a frying pan over his ass.
The celebration includes a day at the Magic Kingdom.
Keep away from me. Hi, homos.
And an evening at Pleasure Island.
Go to Pleasure Island. Where's that? Do we have to take a boat? No. It's right up in my hotel room. Take 2 amyl nitrate. Your left cheek is an island, and the right cheek is an island.
Several Orlando hotels and nightclubs are sponsoring cocktail parties.
Cool.
And a Sunday brunch.
When you wish upon a penis.
Disney says they're not going to bother about this whole thing. They say they will not, however, tolerate any open displays of affection.
Cool.
Holding hands is okay.
What will they do? They burn them at the stake? At that
Throw them right out.
At that big party at night every night?
Can you imagine Mickey ushering somebody out by the ear because they were kissing? 2 guys were kissing in the park.
Yeah. Bet you Walt is lighting matches just to melt himself so he can scream right now.
Last year, the gay activist wore red T-shirts.
Rip T-shirts?
Red T-shirts.
Oh, red T-shirts.
And Disney offered free T-shirts of another color.
Hey, Fred's wearing a red T-shirt.
To allay any discomfort of non-gay guests dressed similarly. Oh, so if you wore a red shirt that day and you didn't want to be identified as gay,
that's
Disney
great.
would give you another shirt.
Disney's involved. Family theme park.
Hey, all we were trying to do was build a kids' park. Look what happened.
Snow White was wearing a red T-shirt. She quickly changed.
And there was one.
Oh, imagine you just show up to the park. You just want to have a fun day. You're there by yourself, and you're wearing a red T-shirt, and you don't realize what's going on. Oh, man. Hello.
Mommy, why are those men holding hands?
All of a sudden, you're in discussions with your kids you didn't even want to broach for several years.
I heard they have some news. Cougar. They got a new, they got Epcot, and then they got the actual Disney thing, and then they got Universal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they have Anus Land. It's really good. Then I heard a horrible thing. Grumpy, what? You know the character Grumpy? Mm-hmm. Well, he was dressed in a red T-shirt. He didn't know what was going on. He falls asleep, and he was raped 2 times. Grumpy. She's grumpy.
Let me ask you something.
We ought to dress Gorilla up in a red T-shirt, send him over. Hey, we want you to go over to Disney World. See what happens.
Well, we could get him down there by tomorrow, couldn't we?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Hey, get your hands off of me.
Hey.
Don't touch me.
I'm not an homosexual. Get your hands on my dad, though.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
Do I look like a faggot, do you?
What?
Do I look like a faggot, do you?
All right, Robin, is that what's happening?
Well, I did want to discuss this one final very
You don't want to have a
serious
weekend?
thing. No. This is Major Howard.
Go ahead.
Major Howard.
Major Howard. Thank you.
Pennsylvania's all-male Supreme Court handed down a ruling the other day that said a woman must physically resist or be physically threatened into having sex before rape can be proved.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, shut.
Good news for Jackie.
Oh, yeah!
This occurred because there was a rape case that came before the court involving Robert Berkowitz.
Yeah.
A woman at the East Stroudsburg University
Right.
says that she went into his room.
Right. Yes.
He grabbed her, placed her on the bed, and had intercourse with her. She went into the room looking for a friend. So when she was inside, he just closed the door, placed her on the bed, and had his way with her. She said she did not physically resist or scream, and that Berkowitz did not restrain her or verbally threaten her, but both testified that she continuously said no.
Even the guy said she said no.
Yes. But the Supreme Court in Pennsylvania says because she did not physically resist and he did not physically threaten and force her, because rape is supposed to be force. It wasn't rape.
So most girls' eyes would always said no. No, this is wrong. We shouldn't be doing this.
You'll never get laid.
Yeah, how am I supposed to get laid? No, of course. I say when a woman says no, it is rape.
Well, that's what I always thought.
I always thought so, too.
But in Pennsylvania, I guess it's open season unless you kick.
Happy hunting.
There you go.
Jackie's moving to Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going back to school.
I want to go out on the street now because all the girls are showing their racks today with all the nice weather.
Yeah.
Boy, it's a real treat when you walk down the streets of New York in the summertime. Oh, is it wonderful.
Lunchtime.
Oh, man. So many good-looking girls in New York.
Oh.
It's fun to watch them walk by half undressed, showing what they're wearing, then they look at you and they vomit.
You like that?
I like it.
They get mad at you for looking.
Yeah. They have me while they're half naked.
They got the
Hey!
tank tops
What are you
and bare
saying?
bellies.
Hey, even the homos look good.
Excuse me, a person can't wear what they want to wear without being gawked at?
Then don't get mad at me if I'm gawking at you.
We don't gawk at you guys. You wear whatever you want.
Yeah, well, that's my problem. I wish you would gawk.
I know, it's so amazing trying to have this conversation with men because they're like, oh, I love it if they look.
Oh, please. I like to be the guy in that Pepsi commercial where all the women are jumping out the window to watch him take his shirt off. Just
Those
once.
women are disgusting.
All right, listen, 1-800-52-STERN. Would you call the number, please? Because we are going to take it off the market soon. And it's a great tape, and you'll see all of the material.
And then you'll be whining.
Yeah, you won't own the material that happened at the Newark. Did you guys see the Newark backstage stuff yet? What went on at the party after the New Year's Eve show? It's all on the tape. And it's a great format. We all sit around and talk and goof on Gary. You'll just have a great time with it. 1-800-52-STERN. And don't forget the Leroy Neiman poster is coming to you as well when you order. $39.95, $4.50 shipping and handling. You must be 18 or older to order because the tape is disgusting. In a good way. Make sure you order today. Brought to you by Infinity Ventures and your pal Howard. 1-800-52-STERN. Jackie Platinum, Joke Page Martling, congratulations to you on your new Wild Comedy CD. $10 plus free shipping and handling. That's the name of it.
Oh.
Price includes full color Jokeland catalog. Call 1-800-323-5464. And if that's not enough Jackie for you, Friday night you could be Jackie's best friend on June 24th when he invites all his friends to come to the Comedy Loft in Nanuet, New York for dirty jokes and info. Call 516-9221. What about our friend Stuttering John? Making that great music, Robin. 2 big Cleveland appearances this Friday, June 3rd at 4 p.m. John will be signing his newly released CD at Quonset Hut Records on Broadview and Pleasant Valley Road in Parma. And at 10 p.m., John's band will be playing at the Agora Theater. That's all happening in Cleveland. Bill Kinnison's going to be out signing tonight, 7 to 9, Tower Books in Lafayette in New York City.
In Lafayette. It's on Lafayette. It's the street, Howard.
You try and read those plugs. See America on tour with the Beach Boys this summer and their new album, Hourglass. Your pal Howard on Letterman June 24th. If you're planning a wedding or summer party and you need a great DJ, my wife already told me she wants to come to Letterman. I think,
really?
Well, she heard everyone went to Leno, so she wants to be at Letterman. I said, honey, what do you... I said, it's work for me. Why I stand around and do what?
I go for work purposes.
Yeah, she wants to go, evidently. Listen, what am I going to tell you? So standing. I tell you, she thinks she's missing something back there. Then when she goes, ugh.
Yeah, what do you want to stand back there in the halls for?
I don't know. She likes it, though.
Well, it's a night out. She doesn't get out.
She gets out all the time.
Not with you.
Yeah,
at night.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's so exciting. Hey, if you're planning a wedding or summer party, you need a great DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment in the New York tri-state area. Call 718-BAG-5040.
So are you going to let her go?
Well, yeah. I mean, I prefer to walk around back there like I don't like I don't like that my family when I'm working. I just don't. I don't enjoy it. It's almost like, well, who else did you bring? Did you bring the kids and your grandpa? It's like the Beverly Hillbillies just piled into the room. I like to walk in like I'm
Doesn't she remember the last time she did that? She didn't like it.
I know. I like to walk around like I know what it is, though. Everyone went to Leno and she didn't, so she feels like she missed something. So I know how work my wife's mind. So she gets crazy in her head that she wasn't. So now she can tell all her friends she was at. And all her friends say, "Oh, did you go to Leno?" And then when she goes, "No," they're like, "Oh." Because they would go because nothing exciting happens in their lives. It's weird like that. But I personally like to go to Letterman myself. Like I'm going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You are.
I know. But it's hard to convince your wife that you're going to work. It's just real weird. And then if I make a big deal about her not coming, she feels like...
You're trying to keep her out of the fun.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it to her. She just doesn't get it with me. And then the more I fight it, the more I say, hey, honey, I don't want you to come to Letterman with me.
It becomes a big issue.
And then when I'm at Letterman, the whole time I'm going, oh, I just should have let her come. Now I feel guilty. I feel depressed. And then after I do Letterman, I'll come home and she'll go, oh, I don't want to watch it. You didn't want me to be there.
Ooh.
And it'll be a whole... So I don't even want to deal with it.
It's bigger and bigger.
I just go to Letterman. Go there. Stand there. Christ, I love my life. Because if you try to explain to your wife that it's just like one of those things where you're just going by yourself because that's how you work, and you want to feel like a gunslinger, you walk in. Like Paladin didn't take his wife on the road with him, you know what I mean?
He was going to shoot somebody.
Yeah, right. I'm going to gunsling. I'm going in. That's like I unpack my case, put on my clothes, and I go in and I kill. And then I go home. I've earned my bread for the day, and my family shall rejoice when I walk through the door. That's how I like it. I do my BI business, and I split.
Because it's certainly not like you're going to take her to dinner afterwards.
No.
Or have a night out on the town.
As a matter of fact, I'm usually exhausted afterwards, and what I like to do is just sit in my car and watch television and kind of decompress from it. But then I have to have a whole conversation on the car ride home about what I just did with my wife, and while Ronnie the limo driver listens. So it becomes a whole big event.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I would like to cancel the Letterman appearance, to tell you the truth. But, all right. It's just fun after you do the Letterman appearance to answer 4,000 questions.
Oh.
I got to get out of here. I got to take a wicked whiz. Woo. You too, Robin?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I could do another.
I held it in all morning.
Minutes.
I haven't been in the bathroom.
You haven't done one?
No.
Oh, no wonder.
Yeah.
No wonder we're getting off early today. This is the secret.
Ooh la wee, I got to pee. All right.
We're not letting you go to the bathroom during the show.
Hey, since it's a little early, want me to end with the new America song about Baba Booey?
Yeah.
The boy with horse teeth? All right. What is it, Baba Booey? You want to hear it, or is it too painful?
No, it's not painful at all.
All right. Here it is, America with their new hit song. They were in here this morning recording it. The Boy with Horse Teeth.
Monkey.
It's about Gary and his big choppers and what he does around here.
Papa Pohai. Monkey. Papa Pohai.
There's a guy named Todd Sawtoothie. He's gonna be with Howard for life. And his teeth are huge and green and stink. They're as big as a kitchen sink. He screws up everything that he does. Basic working skills he lacks. His breath is hot and his gums are dry. You can hear them when his fat lips smack. I'm telling the story of the boy with horse teeth. They're as green as a funeral wreath. He's so dopey, he won't come in from the rain. If you look in his eyes, you can see there's no brain. Ba 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 booey ba 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 booey ba 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 ba. He's got 14-pound incisors he carries around in his head. He's 30 years old and he collects cartoons. You could swear he was brain dead. The only thing this imbecile cares about is getting autographs of Bonnie and Fred. I was just brought coffee by a boy with horse teeth, and his gums look a real disease. His new haircut makes him look like a chimp, and each front tooth is the size of a blimp. Ba 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 Foley, and he looks like Mr. Ed. Ba 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 Foley from the net, but the boy is dead. After brushing his big putrid teeth, his huge and green and stinks. They're as big as the hockey rink. The Rangers. It takes the lotion, the mouth wants just to freshen his breath and keeps things from getting gooey. Robin Quivers wants to fire his ass, but Howard loves that fa-fa-fooey. I told you the story of the boy with horse teeth. His two front choppers are as big as your feet. He's so dopey and barely toilet trained. When you look in his face, you can see there's no brain. Mama, monkey watching his lips a lick. Mama, monkey, his mouth will make you sick. Ba 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 booey ba 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 ba. What do you think, Howard?
Oh,
is it a hit?
Man.
KDGL Fort Worth, Dallas. Your rock with Bones. 97.1 The Eagle.